Alright, the only reason I'm killing these guys, one, I just logged in, so I'm just getting warmed up. But two, they actually dropped these necklaces that are repeat turn-in, which actually give you experience, so it's actually not bad. But we are going to move to... And three of my pets still not high enough level. He's only level 44, so that's okay, though. So we're going to move over to some higher level guys here, as long as we keep getting the troll necklace drops, which for the repeat turn-in are going to give us some experience. We're going to try to double up on that experience from those, plus the killing of the trolls themselves. Plus, the trolls also have a propensity to drop 14-slot journeyman backpacks, so we're kind of hoping that maybe we'll get lucky with a journeyman backpack drop, because we have actually 12-slot bags, so still got a couple of those we need to replace. So that's really the goal here, is just to level up my pet, maybe get some bags and get some experience, and then after we do that for like an hour or two, then we'll maybe look at doing some quests. We have some quests out here we can do as well, just the Skull Rock cleanup. Yeah. Let's move over to maybe to the Altar of Zul. Of course, that's spiders, right? Oh, I think so. Let's find out. I mean, this spot, we'll level these guys. These are 43, so they're not too bad. We can kill these guys too. Be nice to get to about... I mean, I'd like to keep the mobs at least the same level as my pet. My pet's level 44, so killing... You know, once he levels up to 48, then we'll start killing mobs that are higher level, but... We'll lose out a lot of damage if we kill mobs that are higher level than my pet's level. So. It is a new pet. Hey, Fire. Yeah, I picked up this pet yesterday or the day before yesterday. I think it was maybe the day before yesterday. Because it's time now where we can actually... The kitty's going to start doing more damage than the wolf that I was using. Because of the fact that I'm far enough down into Beast Mastery that we've got 5 out of 5 Ferocity, and we're going to eventually get into Frenzy here. So I like to have Claw as my main attack, just because of the attack speed. Once we get Frenzy and we're like attacking more quickly, and Claw doesn't have any kind of a cooldown, we should be able to start seeing, higher DPS from a kitty over a wolf. I think wolf's really good until you get to about level 40 and maybe 40, 45, and then I think cat can start to outshine it. What is this? Venom Blood. Sure. Might get 2 mobs here probably, but that's alright. Yeah, my pet he is weaker. You see, he's taking a pretty good beating already. Yeah, I mean, Dash is nice. I mean, this kitty came with Dash rank too, which was kind of a nice thing. He also has Prowl, which is not really needed. Prowl can be useful in certain situations. Prowl's a lot better for, like, once you get to 16, you're doing, like, dungeons and stuff. Prowl's actually pretty useful. So. But it's not really that needed for leveling, obviously. But since I really only run Claw on this guy, I do normally run Cower, just because if I'm face tanking a mob and I want to switch from my pet getting hit to me getting hit, which a lot of times I do, then I need him to drop threat really quickly. That's why I need Cower. So we probably will have to go with, grab Cower at some point. I mean, I have Cower already, so does it cost any points to train Cower? It does. That's the only thing, is it takes points, and we'll see. We could always respec the pet later on down the road. I don't know. I don't really prioritize attack speed. I mean, attack speed is the only... People get all freaked out about attack speed. The only really benefit with attack speed... Honestly, the only real benefit with attack speed on a pet is mostly for pushback, spell pushback, right? The pet's going to be attacking very quickly. So in a mob or an enemy player, if you're doing PvP, is going to be casting a spell, and he's going to be attacking so quickly, he's going to do a lot of pushback, which is going to slow down their cast. That's really the only benefit. A pet that attacks faster doesn't do any more damage than a pet that attacks slower, because obviously the slower attack is going to hit harder. In fact, a pet that attacks slower probably does more damage. But when you start talking about BM, you start looking at Frenzy, then it's different. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, your pet can know. He can know. I mean, he may only be able to know four, but like currently, my pet knows claw, growl, prowl, and dash. I'm pretty sure he can also learn cower. We'll go ahead and train it just to test it, but yeah, it's really only better for frenzy upkeep, but as a but as a beast mastery hunter, your pet's gonna proc frenzy pretty much almost instantly. Like you're not gonna really have a whole lot of issues getting frenzy up. But let's take a look. Let's take a look. You know, when I grabbed this guy, it was more that he was the closest one. Unfortunately, he was the closest kitty to my level that I could get easily. Right. So if we go to Petopia, no, I don't run bite. I don't run bite on a kitty. You don't really need. Hey, what's up, Insomnia? You don't really need bite on kitty. And we talked about this yesterday. If you're running bite and claw, and look at the damage you do, and then you run the cat with just claw, your damage is going to be pretty similar. It's really not going to be that different. Yes, bite does do more damage when it crits, but bite is also on a 10-second cooldown. It also uses more focus than claw, so you can play around with it. Don't take my word for it. You can do the numbers yourself. But whenever I've run the numbers of claw bite versus just claw, it's pretty negligible. So I usually run just claw because I just run claw. It's not necessary to run both, in my opinion. But yeah, do the numbers for yourself. I mean, you know, it may do more damage, but in my experience, it wasn't. It was like I said, it was negligible. No, it's all good. So if we go into, it's all good. But what happened is when I went to kitties, I wanted to get a cat, and I was level 48 or 47, and the only cat I could find that was close to my level was there's either Elder Shadow Maw Panther. Wait, I just don't like Shadow Maws, so I didn't want a Shadow Maw Panther. Hold on a second. I really didn't want a Shadow Maw Panther. I just don't like the skin. So that was 42 to 43 in Stranglethorn. And then there's, you know, this isn't high enough level. Here you've got the Ridge Huntress, or here you got the Ridge Stalker Patriarch in the Badlands, which is what we got. We actually got the Ridge Stalker Patriarch because it's 40 to 41. The Ghostly one's okay, but, you know, he's low level, so it would have taken a pain in the ass to level him up. These are too low level. So the Stranglethorns are too low level, only 37 to 38. These are too high level. These are too low level, and these are too high level. I didn't want to bother trying to get King Bangladesh. I don't really like the skin, and it's kind of a pain just to have to go get him. So the easiest choice, because I really like the skin of I like the spotted orange skin of the Ridge Stalker Patriarch. So that's the one that we tamed. And actually, attack speed's fairly quick. It's 1.3. Not the fastest. Actually, the fastest we can probably get outside of the fastest. I'll tell you the fastest attack speed you can get outside of. And again, like I said, attack speed is really not even needed because it's more PvP than PvE. People get so excited. I think a lot of people don't even understand that attack speed's kind of garbage, to be honest. You know, like attack speed isn't really that. Like attack speed is good for proccing frenzy in PvE, but that's about it. That's about it. Like in PvP, it's good because of the pushback, but in PvE, really the only benefit of attack speed is frenzy, is proccing frenzy. But if you want to know the fastest, I can tell you right now, the fastest attack speed pet, I don't even have to look, without getting Broken Tooth, is the one from South Shore in the little mountains, right? Just north of South Shore, those cougars. So it's the young cougar. I can't remember the exact name, but it's like, yeah, here, let's look it up. It's like young cougar or something. It'll be one of this one or this one. It's it is, see, Broken Tooth is 1. Here, the Feral Mountain Lion is 1.2. I guess it's the Feral Mountain Lion. I thought the Starving, yeah. I usually go for the Starving one. Usually, this is like the second fastest is 1.2 attack speed. So if you want to get like a 1.2 attack speed and it's not Broken Tooth, you could just grab a Starving Mountain Lion. That's the one I typically go with. The reason I don't get the Feral, I guess you could get the Feral too. Either one of these is fine. But again, attack speed's kind of negligible. It doesn't really matter that much. Oh, we did get 2. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Let's pull threat. Let's pull threat. Thank you. Now, are these dropping the necklaces? Because killing these isn't going to be worth anything if we're not getting the necklaces. And it looks like they are hopefully dropping the necklace. Let's go to the... This area is kind of annoying just to move through. Let's try heading over to this other spot here really quick. It's actually kind of, it's a good question. That's a good question. Let me talk about it here in a second. No mana? No manas? My pet's doing 35% of my damage. That's going to go up here once we get Frenzy going. Which we're still quite a few point levels away from Frenzy, I think. So let me... So when talking about dual wield better than two-hand for survival... Yeah, so for me, the second part of your question is kind of true. Like, I can only use weapons that come out of fishing crates or treasure chests or any kind of a container. Like if I went into the Seven Kings room in BRD and there's a big chest that you loot after you clear the bosses, I could use one of those items because it comes out of a chest. So any kind of a container that I have to open and get loot from, I can use weapons or jewelry out of that. Jewelry and weapons cannot be obtained any other way. But having said that, a two-hand weapon for melee hunter, for survival hunter, if you're doing like mostly melee, like if you're not really doing a lot of ranged attacks, or even if you're doing ranged attacks but you're trying to really weave in a lot of melee attacks with Raptor Strike, you're going to have really, really big crits with a two-hand weapon. The problem with the two-hand weapon is your hit rating at low levels is just totally shit. So if you're going to be using a two-hand weapon, really, really focus on killing mobs that are probably like 1 to 2 levels lower than you. That way you're not going to miss so much. You're going to hit a lot more, and that way you can really optimize your output damage. If you're hitting mobs at your level or higher, you're going to start, especially if you're hitting mobs that are higher than you, your two-hand weapon is just going to miss too much. And that's where the two-hand weapons can kind of overtake, because even though they miss, they attack a lot faster, so it enables you to get off. Like if you're missing, it'll enable you to get off your abilities and land them. Even if you miss a few times, you can still get in your abilities. But I like dual wield because it just feels like I'm more active because you don't have a lot of melee type abilities on a melee hunter. All you have is Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite. If you want to go down the path of Counter Strike, you can, but it's kind of, in my opinion, not really a great ability. It's only good if you're really focusing on defense. Maybe you're trying to pull 2-3 mobs at once, or if you're doing dungeons. Like if you want to do, yeah, two hands gives you big crits. If you want to do like dungeons, and you want to focus on being like a really good utilitarian type of player for your group. You want to be someone who can like off tank, who can like really lock down other characters, who can pull threat on multiple mobs. And basically, if the shit hits the fan, you can take maybe 3 or even 4 mobs, get them on you to like save your party. Counterattack is fantastic. It's actually fantastic because you can actually try to pull threat on mobs as fast as you can, especially if you've got like a two-hand weapon and you can get some of those big crits. That's going to pull threat pretty quickly, but you can also drop a explosive trap. Feign Draft Explosive Trap to try to pull threat on like maybe 3 or 4 mobs. Go ahead and get them aggroed to you. Try to get like 3 of them aggroed onto you. Pop deterrence, and then you're going to proc like tons of counterattacks. And you can just counterattack each one. And it's going to root them in place for like, what is it, like 5 seconds? So counterattack it's going to root them in place for 5 seconds. So that can be really good for peeling your party in dungeons in hardcore. So you can run that kind of play style if you want to be kind of someone who, in it, when the shit hits the fan, you've got a lot of options. Obviously, since you're survival, you're going to be spec'd into clever traps, which is going to increase the duration of your freezing trap. And when your freezing trap freezes somebody, it's going to be like 12 seconds. At max level, your freezing trap will literally freeze someone, I think, for like 20 seconds. I think is it 20? It's pretty long. It's a very long trap. Also, you can go with, I don't typically talent point into entrapment, but if you really wanted to be kind of if you really wanted to focus on CC control, in a group environment, you could go entrapment and counterattack, but you're going to lose out on a lot of damage. You know, if you're going to start having to sacrifice points into Beast Mastery to maybe pick up different things in survival. And of course, if you want max survivability in Dungeons at 60, you're definitely going to want to put 2 points into improved Feigned Death because you do not want your Feigned Death to be resisted in key moments. Like if everybody in your party dies and you're trying to feign death to drop, you know, threat, and your feign death gets resisted, you know, that would be really bad. Or if you're trying to feign death and maybe get a freezing trap on a mob, or you're trying to get down a slow trap, or you're trying to get down an explosive trap, and they resist your feign death, you know, those types of things can kill you. So there's a lot of options you have. You could even go all the way down into Wyvern Sting. I wouldn't recommend that. I've done that before. Wyvern Sting is really cool in PvP. Wyvern Sting is really fun in PvP. If you're really, really good on like a hybrid melee hunter with Wyvern Sting, you can actually handle like 2 high-level 60s pretty easily. Because what you can do is you can Wyvern Sting one, open up on the other, make sure you get your explosive trap on him, let your pet do the work while you basically kind of kite a little bit, and then when the other person comes out of the trap, you'll try to retrap them. And then if you can get the retrap on them, then you can finish off the first person. Or you can, so it's tough though. It is tough, but it's definitely doable. So Wyvern Sting's kind of fun in a PvP scenario, but I don't think in PvE it's as good. But it's certainly something you can play around with, though. I think that's what makes the Survival Hunter kind of cool. Is you do have a lot of things you can kind of toy around with and play around with. You have a lot of control if you want it. It's there in the talent tree if you want to use it. Most people don't. Most people don't. Most hunters don't even know how to use it. Yeah, I don't really like this area. And they're not at the lower level mobs drop the necklaces at a faster clip, and it's an easier path. Even though they're lower level, it's just an easier farm. I'll show you what I mean. Anyways, I hope all that shit made sense. Man, you want to talk about fucking Survival Hunter, Melee Hunter? I can talk about it for a long time. I've spent years playing probably Melee and Survival. I've spent quite a few years playing it. The cool thing about killing these guys, even though they're low level and they're only giving us a little bit of experience, we can turn the necklaces in for XP, so it gives us a little bit of boost. We just have to kind of prioritize killing them as fast as we can, really. Right now, I have my pet's taunt turned off, my growl turned off. So, you know, they're trying. I want them to hit me because I'm trying to proc Mongoose Bite. Now, when you get to like higher level, like I would say at higher levels, if you really want to do some bursty damage, if you get a really, really strong, like really strong two-hand weapon that's a slow attack speed weapon, and you've got a lot of hit rating, make sure you get your hit cap, you know, capped. If you got your hit rate capped, you got a really, really super strong two-hand weapon. You can do a ton of damage. You can do a ton because you can have the mob like, you know, you can turn off your pet's growl, so the mob's going to hit you. He can, you know, your dodge is going to be higher level at, you know, it's going to be really good when you're like at 60 because you're going to be getting a lot of gear that gives you agility. So you're going to be running about 30% dodge with monkey up, right? And so you're going to be dodging a lot of attacks. So he's going to come in, he's going to swing at you. You're probably going to dodge. You're going to proc Mongoose Bite. You're going to hit Raptor Strike. If Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite both crit, you're going to be putting out like 1,000 damage. It's just going to be like boom. You know, it's going to be it's going to chunk like, you know, a quarter or more of their health off basically in what feels like, you know, one swing. So it feels pretty good. Yeah, Kang the Destroyer would definitely be good. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be fun when we get to level 60. We'll see what because I'm gonna change the the rules around this character change at 60. At 60 for the goal of this character will be to respec into what I call my hybrid melee spec. So we will definitely respec into getting at least 1 point into improved feign death, if not 2. And then we will be focusing on doing dungeons and acquiring as much agility gear as we can to try to. We're really on when I do my survival hybrid, my hybrid melee hunter. I focus on crit and dodge. I want as much crit as I can get, and I want as much dodge as I can get, because I want to be able to face tank mobs as much as possible, and I want to treat my health bar, my pet's health bar, as one health bar. So I want to be able to take out 3 mobs in a dungeon by myself. I want to trap one, have my pet tank one, and have me tank the other. And then as I'm tanking the one mob, I'm not hitting him. He's hitting me. He's hitting me, I'm dodging those attacks. I'm using those mongoose bites on the mob that my pet is attacking. So me and my pet are attacking one mob, but the mongoose bite procs from the third mob are what are being hit on the second mob, and then the first mob is sitting in a freezing trap, and that's usually what I like to try to do. So it's really cool. You can handle like 3 elites in a 60 dungeon pretty much by yourself. I mean, even right there, I hit that was 106 damage mongoose bite crit with a level 35 one-hand weapon. So imagine how hard that would hit with like a level 60 two-hand weapon. You know, it would be pretty big. I know, I got crap weapons. I got total crap weapons. It's all good. It's all good. What is this? What is... Oh, I can turn on... That's a new thing they added into OBS. I can actually hear my own voice coming back to me. That's kind of scary and awful. I never want to hear my own voice. Ugh. Hey, Void, what's up, man? Happy Saturday. It's a good Saturday. I ordered some groceries, so that's the only thing that's going to stop me from playing right now is I gotta, when the groceries are delivered, I gotta put those away. And then I was going to do some laundry, but I decided not to do the laundry until after I see my wife on her way home, and then from her mom's, and then I'll jump off and start some laundry up. That way when she comes home, she'll be like, oh, I see you're doing laundry. As opposed to she comes home and I haven't started any laundry. Good. Because she let me stay home today while she ran over to her mother's. I actually worked this morning, though. So I worked this morning for about, I don't know, about an hour. Do we have... We do. Let's use this last... MP5 buff food. Yeah, so we've got 11 necklaces. I think we get about 350 experience per 5, I think. So 300 to 350 per 5. So we're trying to kill these guys to level my pet up, who's only level 44. We need to get him up to 48. And then we're also farming the necklaces for the repeat turn-in just for a little bit of extra XP. And then we're also killing these guys because they have a propensity to drop 14-slot journeyman backpacks. So I would really like to get a couple backpacks as well. So there's a method to the madness. You're not being saved? Oh, you're taking all the care of the... Yeah. I had to do some errands, but I did all that stuff. Had the furniture people out today. They delivered a couch a few days ago, and man, it was all fucked up. Like, the whole left arm was, like, bent in. They came in. They sent their repair guys. They came in, took the whole upholstery off the couch, and saw that, like, the whole, like, arm was fractured. Like, the wood was splintered in, like, multiple places. I mean, it was all fucked up. Somebody really bashed the shit out of that couch. Alright, let's do it. We don't need no UI, do we? Nah. We don't need no UI. Oh, he resisted the trap? He did resist it. Oh no. I think Feign Death was still on a cooldown. I think it was still on cooldown. Alright. There's a treasure chest that pops right here a lot too, so sometimes it's nice to, you know, loot a few treasure chests while we're grinding these guys out. Oh, we're rubbing one out. What? What? He lost it 2-14, huh? Dude, you gotta stop dying, man. You got to stop dying, man. What you need is some blackjack bubblegum and a little Mexican Coca-Cola. That's all I need for my fuel, baby. Unless I make some coffee. Sometimes I make coffee too, so we might do some coffee here in a bit. I don't know. We'll see. Whoa. You do get Wildvine here too, which is kind of nice. Let's turn the audio down a little bit. I don't really want to hear the over and over again for the next hour. No, never mind. That screwed up my plans because I dropped a trap there. Grr. Sucks when someone else comes over here and starts farming what the mobs you're farming. But he's just doing the quest, it looks like. If we played like C-Dank, we'd be dead already. Fucking C-Dank, dude. Oh, there are certain content creators or certain people that play WoW that just aren't very good at the game, and C-Dank would be one of those. I can't help it. I have seen him die in hardcore like so many times, and when I watch the clips of him dying, I'm like, you didn't need to die there, dude. Like, you could have easily avoided that death. I love bashing on C-Dank. My good old buddy C-Dank, my little nooblet. I wish somebody was doing ZF. C-Stank. he's just poor guy. Poor guy, man. Come on, Zealot. What you got? What you got for me? Ooh, some nice little crits there. How are we doing? 15? Oh, we got 3 repeat turn-ins already. That's not too bad. That's like over 1,000 XP, I think. I'm killing them a little too fast, though. Unfortunately, they're not spawning fast enough. Oh no, here they come. Oh, let me fix my... Alright. Hold on a second. Yeah, these guys aren't doing hardly any damage to me. I mean, Pet's growl has been turned off the whole time, and my health really isn't dropping much. My pet's actually getting a little bit of threat, which is interesting because his growl's off. So he must be doing, you know, some decent damage. Decent damage. Well, I'm doing really shitty damage. Probably the latter. Oh yeah, most of our buffs drop too. I can tell when the buffs drop because it's starting to hit a little bit weaker. Let's do... We'll put some buffs up here in a minute. We just put agility on my pet. That's alright, he can use some agility. Are you liking the raid, Arizona? Alright. Let's even go with the Dragon Breath. We're gonna have to farm some more Dragon Breath chili pretty soon. Because we're getting low. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bip. No treasure chest. No ticket. Oh, look at that. We got that raptor strike for 348 damage. Nice. Mongoose bite with a little fiery blaze proc on top of it. Sexy. Sizzling. Oh, I wish I had a Flurry Axe right now. Flurry Axe at this level would be so sweet. Did we get it? No, we didn't get it. Trap was not off cooldown yet. Oh, we just melted. Melt face. That's the true melt face right there. Dragon Breath chili to the face. Little kick to the face. Punch to the face. Pile driver to the face. Yeah, they changed the rules around the guild. You can only, like, you have to be level 20 plus in the guild now to be able to invite other people. Look at that Dragon Breath chili hit for 96 damage. Not bad. Heard of Fury War? Oh, I love Fury War. Fury Wars are fun. We got the monstrous axe of the bear just dropped. The monstrous axe of the bear. Look at this thing. 139, 3.7 attack speed, 11 stamina. If I like was hitting people with that axe with Raptor Strike, I would just be crushing them. Can you imagine the damage my Raptor Strike would do? 139 top end damage versus my weapon, which is 81. Oh my god, it'd be juicy, Chris. Juice, so juicy. Anybody started Oh man, the biggest thing. Well, tell me first of all. Tell me how you died. Like, how did you die last time? Can you tell me like what you did? I mean, like, did you like get too many mobs on you? Did you like why did you die? Every time you die, there's a reason you died. Like you know, you screwed up. You didn't have a healing potion. You pulled too many mobs. You know what I mean? You fell off a cliff. World boss spawned right next to you. Like, what was the reason you died? Because it makes a big difference, right? The other thing, the two things that are the biggest cause of people's deaths is they don't understand leash mechanics, and they don't understand how to evaluate, you know, a bad situation, right? A situation that they should escape from right away, right? That's the two biggest reasons people die in hardcore. But when I say they don't understand leash mechanics, what I mean by that is if I go up to this mob and I hit this mob, right? If I hit this mob, right, and I just, okay, now they're aggroed to me, right? And they're going to chase me for a certain amount of time. So if I target myself, which you should always have a keybind to target yourself, by the way. If I target myself, it's going to be about 12 to 15 seconds running away before this mob. As long as I don't hit him again, he resets. See how he resets? But if I were to hit him, wait about 6-7 seconds, hit him again, it's going to reset the leash, and it's going to be another 10 or 15 seconds. And the time it takes for the mob to reset increases by level. So at level 2, if you run away from a mob, it's going to reset like in, I don't know, it's like 8 seconds or something, or, you know, 8 seconds. And then like every, you know, 3 or 4 levels, it goes up like a second or something. So by the time you're like level 60, it could take like 20 seconds or something for a mob to reset. But at this level, it's probably like, you know, like, I don't know, 10 to 12 seconds. So let's say I hit this guy. Okay, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008. 1009, 1010, 1011, 1000. Okay, so you can see right around, somewhere around 11 seconds he reset, right? So the reason most people die is they get into a fight and they're not able to evaluate their health pool versus how much damage the enemy's going to do. And they think that maybe they can win the fight, so they stay in the fight, and of course they're wrong. They end up getting killed. Or they stay in a fight and they're not aware of their surroundings. You know, for me, I'm a hunter, so it's very easy, but you're not aware of, oh, there's a mob, you know, I'm fighting and there's a mob here and there's a mob over here. They're not aware of their surroundings, you know, and always understand that when you're pulling mobs, always understand where the enemies are. So like if I zoom, you know, out here, right? If I zoom the camera way out, if I wasn't a hunter and I didn't know where the mobs were, right? Here's one here, here's one here, here's one here. If you don't know the location, here's one here. If you don't look at locations of the mobs, then your best bet is to kind of assess the situation, you know, and make sure that you approach, you know, killing the mobs, whether it's for a quest or whether you're just grinding mobs from a certain angle that gives you a path of escape. So like here, like maybe up mountains is a pretty good, you know, decent, I guess. I mean, you could like basically come from this direction, kill this mob, and then try to go in a circle to the right. Okay, I'm going to kill this one, I'm going to kill this one, then I'm going to kill this one, because that way you're always on the outside edge of the spawns. You know, like if I have to run, I just run backwards. You know, you have wolves and stuff, but you know, you're not inside. So if I were to kill this one and then move forward and start killing mobs inside this structure here, if I get an extra ad on me, it's a little bit more difficult to run away, because as I'm running away, I could easily aggro other mobs. So, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But if you said usually bad at respawns, if you're bad at respawns, a lot of the kill deaths also is just knowledge of the game, like understanding where the spawns are, understanding about how long it takes for them to respawn. You know, like I killed the mob over here, it's probably going to be like, I don't know, like maybe 4 minutes. You know, I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing up a number. I don't know how accurate it is. You know, maybe anywhere from like 3 to 4 minutes before it respawns, although it looks like Yeah, I mean, we'd have to like test it. But I bet if I killed this mob here, I bet in about 4 or 5 minutes he would probably respawn. Um, I bet if I killed this one, this one, this one, and this one, I bet if I killed like about 6 mobs and came back to this spot, he'd probably be back or be back pretty soon. But if you're getting killed by respawns, that just means you're getting extra mobs on you, right? Again, which shows that you don't have a good escape path. If somebody respawns and he gets on you, you have to have a way to get away. So your fault there is just you're not, you don't have an escape route, right? Always make sure you have a place to run to. If you're worried about mobs spawning, always make sure you have an escape plan. And then again, always understand the leash mechanic. If you hit a mob, right? If you hit a mob and you're running away, don't run away and leave the mob targeted. Because if you're running away, leaving the mob targeted, a lot of times your character can still swing. Like right now I'm not, but a lot of times you'll see your character like swing. Like right there I swung, right? Maybe you're jumping, and see I swung at the mob again. Even though I'm kind of not really facing him, I'm swinging at him. There I parried his attack, right? So as long as I'm hitting this guy, he's going to keep chasing me. So never, ever, ever when you're trying to run away, leave the mob targeted. Never do that. Always have a keybind to target yourself, right? For me, wing clip, target myself, run. And to just run, right? Find a place to run to. And just don't hit him. It's that easy. Just run. He's going to reset. Now for me, again, I got wing clip is easy. If you're a warrior, you've got hamstring. So that's also really good for warrior. But always make sure you have a path to run to. I don't know why I'm getting hit now. That was weird. I got hit there. Also, another thing to understand. Hold on a second. That was weird. I hit my eat. She didn't eat. Another thing to understand too is that when you turn your back to an enemy, their range of attack, melee attack, increases by quite a bit, right? So be wary of that. Especially if you're running away from mobs like the mobs in Daenerys that have backstab abilities. Be very careful. Like, let's say you get down to 20% against one of the waste, or what are they called? Wasteland or wastewater, whatever. Wasteland assassins or something in Terrace. I can't remember the name. Wastelander, Wasteland. I don't know. Let's just call him Wasteland Assassin. If you're like up next to him like this and you get down to 20% health and you want to run away, if you turn around, like let's say you're here, like this mob can't hit me because I'm too far away because I'm facing him. But if he was attacking me right now and I turned around like this, he probably would almost be within range to hit me, even at that far away. Like probably more like this. Right here, he could probably, I'd say maybe not quite. I'd say if I was standing right about here and I was facing the direction I'm facing, he would be able to hit me. But if I was standing this direction, he wouldn't be able to hit me. So once you turn around, watch the range. Like the range increases. So be wary of that too. And a lot of people just die because they're not as familiar with the game. They're not as familiar with the dangerous parts of the game. What mobs have certain abilities that are dangerous. Where certain world bosses spawn that they're not aware of. World boss spawns near them and kills them. Stuff like that is just knowledge of the game. So, but there are a lot of things you can do, like little things you can do that'll really decrease your number of deaths, basically. And the biggest one is understanding the leash mechanics and making sure you have an escape route, a place to run to if you get in trouble. Those two things are most important. Also, never go into combat with low health. Never be like, oh, I'm half health, I'm going to go kill something. Never do that. Like, always be like at least like 85, 90% health or higher. But I mean, there's just so many things, right? There's a lot of, tips and tricks, so... Oh, we got 22. Nice. How you liking the rain, Arizona? How you liking my axes in your face, Mr. Zealot? Ooh, 400 damage right there. Mongoose crit coupled with Raptor Strike crit. 400 damage. Nice. Okay, my grocery order is being delivered in... well, in a couple minutes. Should be here in 5 minutes, and I gotta put the groceries away. Yeah, let's get to like 30 or 40 of these. Let's try to get to like 40 of these tribal necklaces, and then we'll do the repeat turn in and see how much XP they're worth. I think they're worth around 300 each, I hope. They may be 250. I'm hoping they're 300 XP per turn in. Because that would be 1,200 experience for 20, or for... Actually, yeah, it'd be 1,200 for 20. It'd be 2,400 for 40. But once you get at 60, man, it's going to be cool. Because once we get to 60, we're going to drop all the restrictions. So we're going to go full hybrid melee hunter, which means I'm basically a melee hunter, but I have the ability to use Serpent Sting, Scorpion Sting, and Viper Sting. And then we're going to basically start farming dungeons and start getting really good gear. Like gear that's actually really good for this particular setup. You know, which is basically, high agility. Anything with dodge and agility is kind of what I prioritize. I'm tempted to go. I'm almost tempted to. Well, I'm almost tempted to go. To go enchanting, but I'll probably just go alchemy. Once we get to 60, we'll switch to alchemy. How did he miss the trap? Are you kidding me? Oh, then he resisted that trap. What? How did he miss this one? That's great. That's awesome. He didn't miss it that time. You just... Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, Chris? You just spent the day setting up a 2 repack. What is a 2 repack? What is a 2 repack? I'm not familiar with that. What good dungeons could you solo? Oh my god. I don't. You're not gonna be able to solo too many dungeons. I mean, you can't solo 60 dungeons. I mean, are you talking about lower level dungeons? I don't know. I mean, you could probably solo some, but... Oh, Turtle WoW? You just spent the day setting up... Oh, the Turtle WoW? Yeah. I won't bother setting up Turtle WoW. I mean, I won't bother just because I don't really want to see what Turtle WoW has to offer that I never experienced, because it'll just kind of make me feel bad, make me feel sad. And also, I don't really like playing games by myself. So, I mean, I play by myself, but I like there to be real people in the game. So playing like a solo, like, kind of server doesn't really interest me. But that's cool if it's cool if you got it working. But yeah, it's kind of sad to go in there and run Turtle WoW local and see all the cool stuff they have, and to know that the servers are not up anymore. That would honestly just make me feel kind of shitty. Blizzard sucks, you know. I mean, I watched there was a clip somebody had on YouTube of the last like 5 minutes of Turtle WoW before it went down, and those are always kind of sad, you know what I mean? I don't think it was overrated. I mean, I think it might have had a little bit. I think it might have been slightly overrated, but in general, Turtle WoW was the best Classic Plus experience, hands down. I don't think you can even argue that whatsoever. Now, to say it's overrated, maybe, I played Turtle WoW quite a bit. Um, all going all the way back to like 2000. I don't even know. Like I started playing Turtle WoW probably like 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago. When I was first playing Turtle WoW, there were only about 100 people logging into Turtle WoW daily, and Torda, one of the main Discord people. I don't know. I think he was a developer too. He used to always talk to me, and he actually got me into the game. He even like gave me money and helped kind of get my character set up just so I could experience the game. And he wanted me to stream. And I think back then I did stream a few times, but I mean I thought Turtle WoW was really good. I mean Turtle WoW added a lot of really cool stuff. They added a lot of cool like the leveling zones. They added high elves, and I thought they did a great job with high elves. They added some other races. I wasn't real keen on the other races they added. I didn't really care about the goblins, to be honest. I thought the high elves were really well implemented. I thought the dungeons, some of the dungeons they added, the changes they made to dungeons, new dungeons, I thought were pretty fun. Yeah, I mean they had hardcore mode. They had some different challenges. Self-found mode. Um, yeah, I mean it was cool. They added a lot of cool like custom quests. They had like different like they had, like there's that like level to 20 area where there's not a lot of gear you can get that's really like really good gear, which is in a way kind of good to be honest. But they did have some quests you could do at like let's say level 10. Like there was a quest you could do as like a caster, like a priest, a high elf quest where you could get like a pretty cool staff that had like plus 5 intellect, which would be like a really nice staff to have at like level like level 11, level 10, level 11. So they added an NPC for your dad. Oh man, Chris, I think you might have told me about this. I got to go AFK because my groceries just showed up at the door. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Silver wires across the skyline. Signals fade, but you're still on my mind. I trace the static in the dark, like constellations falling apart. I don't wanna lose the sounds, but the silence pulls me down. We're silent echoes, drifting where the light goes, caught in currents we can't control. Fading voices low, vanishing
So why did they add? Hey Chris, why did they add an NPC for your dad? I mean, I'm sure it was probably because something bad happened to your dad, which I hate to say, but I don't know. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully nothing bad happened to your dad. I apologize if that sounded bad. All right, so my groceries have been delivered. I put them away. Let's try to get to level 49 here. I haven't really been paying attention to my pet. Has he even leveled since we've been here? We've been kind of grinding these mobs for a little while now. Let's see, he is level 40, 44. Let me take a look. Yeah, okay, he's about halfway to 45. Person gave me underwater breathing. Hmm. Well, at least we'll make a little money. That's 1.5 gold, 31 silver. We made a couple gold off these guys, but we haven't gotten any 14 slot bags yet, which would be so nice to get a couple journeyman backpack drops. These guys tend to drop them quite a bit. I was hoping to get one. Hmm. How many we got? So we only got 25? Okay, we haven't been getting many necklace drops recently because I thought we had 25 like 10 minutes ago. So that kind of sucks. We need to expedite our killing. Traps can be a little finicky there. I feigned death there and my trap was not available for some reason. Like for a long time it wasn't available. I'm not really sure why. And that does happen sometimes and I haven't been able to figure out why because I know the trap's off cooldown, so I'm not sure why that happens. I don't know if it's like a glitch with leaving combat when you feign death, but it is kind of annoying. You have to kind of watch your icon to see is trap available before you stand up. So it's just a little nuance of feign death trapping that you have to be aware of. So Chris, you never answered my question. Why did Turtle Wow add your father into the game? I'm curious. Okay, we got one necklace. Like, One necklace. We need a lot more than one necklace. No necklace. We don't really need all these. These aren't worth much money. Do 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 do. Necklace! Give me the necklace! Alright, hold on a second. Good old Bitcoin went down again. $28 necklaces. I want to get to 40. Hmm. A rare NPC. Let's see what you got, Mr. Rare NPC. How you liking the rain, Arizona? How you liking my Raptor Strike? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing on me, bro. Boom. Ooh, did he just drop? What did he drop? I thought I saw troll something. Never mind. I thought he dropped a troll bag. No, I was mistaken. It was just troll crap. Alright. $28. Come on, come on. Give me the necklace. Give me the necklace. Hey, Frey, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good for now. Thanks for asking. Just grinding some troll necklaces, trying to get my pet up. I picked up a new pet recently. I'm switching to a kitty because a cat damage is going to start to overtake my Furious Howl probably right at this level. So we grabbed a new kitty. He's level 44 currently, so he's still 4 levels off my level. But I think he's going to hit 45 here pretty soon. Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there. Well, here's his... That's his... Wait a minute. That's me, right? Yeah. The top yellow bar is me, so I'm here. He's actually down here, but he's going to surpass me here probably pretty quickly. Troll necklace, baby! Oh, I don't got no manners. Got no manners? We forgot to get mana. It's okay, we take mana potion. Yeah, I like the leopard. He's cool looking. So I've only played Witcher. I played The Witcher 3 just a little bit. I couldn't get past all the to be honest, I couldn't get past all the dialogue. There was so much dialogue. You know, I like a story, but if I'm spending like the first like hour of a game and like half the time I'm just reading dialogue, it's really difficult for me to get through that. So I couldn't get through the Witcher 3 game because of all the dialogue. I was just like, I just want to go kill something. I like action. I like getting out there and doing stuff. And my pet's name is Amber Claw. It's for 2 reasons. 1, my wife's name is Amber, and 2, he's kind of amber in color. He's got some amber colors going on there, kind of golden amber, right? So Amber Claw seemed fitting. I don't even need to trap this guy. I'm just tearing him up with my Mongoose Spice. Just tearing him up. Of course, these guys are low level. That's why I'm tearing them up. But again, we're farming the necklaces. Even though these guys are low level and they're not getting as much experience, the repeat turning for the necklaces gives us kind of bridges that gap. Plus, it probably means that we're actually getting more experience than if we were killing higher level mobs, which the higher level mobs my pet would really struggle with because my pet's only level 44. So if we were killing mobs at like 45, 46, 47, my pet would be missing a lot, and that would really nerf his damage. So we don't want that. We do not want that. No, we do not. Don't want parry haste. Parry haste, baby. Parry haste. I love me some parries. Oh, I need to repair my gear, it looks like. We've been out here fighting for a while, so my gear's getting beat up. Ooh. Oh, we need a food buff too, apparently. Night Owl was born with amber eyes instead of white. Were said to have. Oh, really? I didn't know that. You don't see too many amber-eyed night owls in the game. I mean, they're all like yellow, right? Actually, my character's eyes look kind of like blue. Like kind of whitish white with maybe a tinge of blue. Gwai here, which is a great eagle from Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I always use names. A lot of times I use names from fantasy novels. I mean, obviously Hopper, but I hate using Hopper anymore because people think they're like, oh, that's from Wheel of Time. I'm like, yeah. They think that I just like read Wheel of Time like recently, or I got. Did you watch the TV show? And I'm like, yeah, the TV show was a steaming pile of dog shit. I've read the entire Wheel of Time series. Well, not the entire series. I read books 1 through 9 twice. And those books are like on average like 800 and some pages each. They're huge books. I read them when I was in college. So I first read Wheel of Time like, back in like 1990. 1990. It's probably the first time I read Wheel of Time, right? But I was calling my pet Hopper in WoW, and like I started calling my wolf's Hopper in, man, I think it was 2005, 2006 probably, 2006, 2007. I started naming my wolf Hopper. We can actually, most of the names aren't names from books. Most of the names I just kind of come up with. I like make them. Like, here, if we go to the macro, whenever I do this raptor, the deviant raptor from Wayland Caverns, the elite one, I always call him Goldeneye because he's got a golden eye. He's like this blue raptor, but his eyes are gold. So I actually called him Goldeneye. But if we look at my bandage pet, you can see like a lot of the names that I've used because I have different pet names in here. Amberclaw, Shadow, Goldeneye, Save My Ass Please, great pet name. Dark Bane, I don't remember naming a pet that, but apparently at one point I did. Pale Moon, I also know that Moon Dancer, I like that one, Moon Dancer. And I also know I've named the ghost cat from Darkshore. I always name him Fade, just because he kind of fades, Fade. Why am I getting a reverb notification? Who's trying to sell me guitars? Oh, standouts on reverb. 1965 Firebird 3 for $16,000. What a bargain. I love how they say these are standouts. Here's a Boss pedal. Boss SG1 slow gear. One of the cleanest examples of early Boss Legend pedal. Yeah, but how much is it? Custom Marshall. What is this? The Gibson Les Paul Custom. Custom Marshall. No, thank you. Alright, pet's starting to pass me in experience here. Oh, we're tied. Me and my pet are tied with X. Well, no, he's slightly ahead. He is slightly ahead, just barely. Pet's doing 33.7% of the overall damage. Once he levels up, that'll definitely go up.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
No, I don't want to kiss my ass goodbye. No, I didn't. I was looking at. They had some specials on Reaver, but they were all like super expensive, like vintage gear. I'm kind of out of. You got one more telly for the collection? Yeah, I'm kind of out of the vintage gear because it's, I mean, I always wanted like a Fender Telecaster, like a vintage, but they're just too damn expensive. I miss the boat, dude. Like, here, let's go like Fender Telecaster. And let's do filters, right? We're going to go all filters. We're going to go semi-hollow, or not semi-hollow body. Shoot. Let's do solid body. Let's do used only. And let's go Fender, and we want to go decade. And let's just do 60s and 70s. Right? 60s and 70s. God, there's a lot of them. Look how many there are. Over 400 meet this criteria, which kind of blows my mind. Here's a 1965. Look at this Brazilian rosewood fingerboard Fender, and it's a nice guitar, but I ain't paying $32,000 for a 1965 Telecaster. That's just freaking ridiculous. I mean, it is in great shape, right? It's got a beautiful rosewood neck. I mean, that is a beautiful neck. Let's take a look. It's got some pretty good, natural wear. It's actually in great shape. Frets actually look like they're even in pretty good shape. Let me go back here. I don't see any cracks. It's not perfectly, the body's not really lined. There's a pretty big space there between the body and the neck, which is not uncommon for a Fender. It's hard to see if there's a crack here. A lot of times Fenders get cracks right there. You got to look out for that. Like right here. I don't see one, but this picture really isn't good enough to show it. Pretty interesting wood, though. Look at the grain in the wood. That's pretty. You can see some cracking, like natural, just cracking in the finish there. That's why you're seeing that kind of checkered pattern. But that's a beautiful rosewood neck. The color's really, really good. That's a beautiful neck. The wear on the frets is really minimal. The strings are in the nuts pretty good. These look a little bit low in the nut. Rest of it looks pretty good. You can see the crack. There's the cracking I was talking about, and then the finish. That's just because the guitar is so old, it's starting to crack right here. The lacquer. You can see it here as well. The checking or cracking. A little bit of damage, very minimal. Look like vintage pots. You can tell by the type of wires they use. Pretty dirty here. Whoever had this took. It's in good shape, but it wasn't like super. Look at that, and they didn't give the last 2 digits of the number. I guess that's kind of weird. I don't like it when they block out serial numbers. I don't know. But there's no way I'm paying. What server? This is a Skull Rock. There's no way I'm paying $32,000 for a Telecaster. I mean, these things are ridiculous, right? Like these prices are insane. I will tell you what you can get. I probably shouldn't tell you, but get yourself a. Get yourself. This is a really, really good guitar. This one here. And I could tell just by looking at which ones are the right ones. This one. No. Wait, this one, what is this? 2024? No. No. They changed the neck on that, so that's modified. This one we got to take a look at. No. This one's interesting, but no. No. This one I've looked at many times. Actually, I've already looked at this one so many times. This is oh, they changed the knobs on that, so no. There's actually quite a few of these. No. I can't tell. That one's weird. 2013 Classic Vibe Custom. We gotta take a look at that one. But if you go through and look at some of these old Squires, if they're made in the right decade, here, see, this is a CGS. This is what you want. Although you can see they've changed the tuners, but this is a CGS 09. So this is made in the Chinese plant in 2009. This is a really high quality Squire. Like if you wanted to buy a really, really good Telecaster, that's really good. I mean, this is like almost as good as like an American-made Telecaster. This is a great guitar. Great guitar. This for $300. This is a fabulous. I have like 6 or 7 Telecasters, and all of them are American-made except for I've got 2 Mexican, like 3 or 4 American, and I've got 1 Squire that's made from this plant, this Chinese plant, and mine's also made in 2009. And I tell you, that Squire is better than all of my other Telecasters. It's better than all of them. And it's a fucking Chinese, and I paid like, I think I paid 500 for mine. Yeah, so anyways, this one's got some, they've made some modifications, so I would never buy it, but this is also a China, this is also from the CGS plant, I can tell. See, this is 2016 CGS, so this one would be pretty decent. This one's always intrigued me. Oh no, this one's not. This is a different. Oh, that's a golden retriever. We have a golden retriever dog, so this one I'm interested in. It's a custom, man. It looks like it's also made from a Chinese. No, this is the Indonesian plant, so this one's not going to be as good. This one I've considered purchasing this one several times actually. This one's been on refurb for a while, and I just love the binding and this type of finish. And this is also from the CGS plant from 2010. I'm surprised this one hasn't sold, and it's in really good condition. There is some damage to the headstock, but it's very minimal. And you know, it's really good. It's even got kind of like a mint. You can see some, the wood here's a little bit, that concerns me that the grain is a little bit off. I would hope it almost looks like separate pieces of wood, but it can't be. There's no way they would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different separate pieces of wood. So that's just the wood, I guess. There's a little chip there. And there's some scratches here. Nothing major. Oh, there's a chip right there. I think the reason this one, yeah, he's dropped the price $130. Yeah, let me add that to cart. This is a really, I think that's a possible steal at that price, to be honest. Oh, you don't like the binding on tellies? Well, I think that might have been a natural binding. Like, I don't know if that was actual real binding or that's where they basically just have like a, where they basically just like sand off the finish. So you're seeing the natural wood there. I actually didn't see. Let me see. This one, I think I've talked to this guy before. Now, I'm not logged into my account right now, but I'm pretty sure I've sent this guy a message before about this guitar. But the binding, let's look at the binding really quick. I don't know if that's real binding or if that's just I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is binding. I think that is binding. It's hard to tell. I think it is. Yeah, here it looks like, yeah. So that is real binding. Yeah, see? But you can see the beautiful grain of wood here. I mean, this looks like I'm telling you, like I go through a lot of guitars on Reverb. I mean, I'm a big guitar player, so I keep an eye out for anything that I consider a decent deal, and I think this could be a pretty decent deal. And as long as it's original, the double binding Telecaster model that debuted in the early '60s with the authentic Telecaster tone. As long as it's all, and it's also got narrow tall frets, which I like. It's got 9.5-inch radius, which is my favorite radius. So I guarantee you, I probably would really like this. With 7 pounds, it's a good weight. Not too heavy, not too light. I don't like guitars that are super light. 505, but see, local pickup only. But it's in Minnesota. I mean, I could probably talk the guy into shipping it. I mean, anybody who says local pickup, I'm like, dude, just ship it to me. I'll pay for shipping. Whatever. But I've been so good. I haven't bought any guitars like lately, right? I'll go like a year without buying a guitar, and then I'll have a moment and I'll buy like 2 or 3 in like a week. my wife laughs at me. She's like, like all of a sudden, like one day she'll be like, "What is this package at the door?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it is." She's like, "Is this a guitar?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You bought another guitar?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, it's a really good deal." she just fucking laughs at me, right? I'm not a connoisseur of amps. I mean, I like Fender amps. I like Fender. I got a Fender Twin Reverb 1979, and I like it. And I also have a Groove Tube Solo 45, which is currently broken, which I really want to get it fixed because I love the amp. It's like a Vox. Think of a Vox AC30, but actually a cleaner tone than a Vox AC30, which is saying something, to be honest, right? This is the amp I have. Yeah, I have this Groove Tube. So the Groove Tubes doesn't make amps anymore. They went out of business. So I got that amp at a Labor Day sale in Chicago. at Guitar Center in Chicago on Belmont, and I think I got it for about $900 when the retail on it was a lot higher than that. I think it was like 1,500 maybe, but I think I got it for like $900. Here's another one. But you can even hear over this shitty YouTube audio, like how clean the amp is. Very clean amp. Very clean, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I actually, the one I play with all the time, the one that I play right now in my room is a Fender Frontman 25R. But I replaced the speaker with a Raging Cajun, baby. Yeah, guitar. The good thing about guitars is as long as you buy good, like brand name ones that are good guitars, that they go up in value, so they hold their value. It's not like a waste of money. But I have a Fender, I have a Raging Cajun speaker, and I think I might, I think I have, I believe it's, I don't think it says Patriot, but I think it's this one right here. So I have a Fender 25R, and I replaced the speaker in it with a Raging Cajun 75-watt speaker because I had read some reviews on this particular speaker. You can see it's got 5 stars out of 95 reviews. Upgrade Fender Super Champ, great replacement speaker. A lot of people throw it in Fenders. I threw it in a Fender 25R, so let me show you. This one. So I basically took this amp, which has a 25 watts, like has a little speaker in it, and I replaced the speaker in here with that Raging Cajun, and it is awesome. I mean, it sounds great. It gets super loud, like super loud. If you wanted to, obviously I play in my house. I don't really need to get super loud. Yeah, I have a lot of guitars. I've got like I think I've got like 13 or 14 guitars. I have one that I made I didn't really make it, but it's like a parts guitar. I don't know if I have any pictures of it. It's a really good guitar actually. It's a Telecaster, of course. Alright, so we're at 32 necklaces. I want to try to get to 40, and then we'll go turn them in and see how close we are to the next level. Oh, we just got another one. So we just need 7 more. 7 more! Yes, I've had Vox amps before, but I sold my Vox amp. The only reason I sold the Vox amp, I kind of regret it. I kind of miss it. I kind of regret selling that, to be honest. But it's such a common amp, and it was just one that I bought from Guitar Center, so it wasn't like a vintage one, so I could always just, buy another one. I've had 2 Vox amps actually, and they both were good amps. I've sold both of them. Actually, one I gave away for free because I'm nice to my wife's cousin's son. I actually gave him a guitar and an amp for free. It's just like a cheaper guitar that I didn't really play that much. I hope so. I hope he does. I've given away a couple amps. I gave away, I gave away a guitar to my friend's daughter. My friend has a daughter who's like, she's like 14 or something, and she was playing guitar, and she had a crappy guitar, so I gave her one of my guitars for free. It wasn't a super expensive guitar either. It was like a $300 or $400 guitar. But I just got so many. Sometimes I get so many guitars that they just take up too much room. You know what I mean? Well, he was really good. Yeah, yeah. Let somebody who's going to use it. I hate having guitars sitting around that you don't use. Which I've got a bunch of those, by the way. Some of them are collectors, though, or they're actually collector guitars that I think will go way up in value. Yeah. I haven't played my guitar in... I don't think I played it today or yesterday. I know I played the day before. I usually play like every other day, pretty much. I don't know if we have... Let me see. Do we have... media. Media? I don't know. I'm sure I have pictures of some of my guitars in my section here, but I don't. Maybe we can search. Here's actually this is it. Like, see this guitar here behind my cat? This guitar here is a custom. It's a parts guitar. And actually this is the guitar before I changed it. Like, I don't teach, no. This is the guitar as I bought it from... Oh, where did I buy it from? This is a slick guitar. If you guys don't know slick guitars, they're actually really good guitars. They're super cheap. My friend told me about them, and I thought I'd try one out because they're so cheap. It's which one is it? It's this one here. So this is that guitar, right? This guitar here is actually this guitar. I don't know why it's so much more yellow here, but I replaced the neck, this polk plate here. I replaced the knobs. I replaced the saddles. I replaced the ashtray. I replaced the pickup. No, I didn't replace the pickup cover. I left that alone. I replaced all the screws on the guitar, like every screw on the guitar I replaced. I replaced the straps. I replaced the tuners and the neck. And everything I did, like, I went vintage. So I call it like my post-apocalyptic. It's like my post-apocalyptic guitar. Actually, I know I've got pictures of it on my Facebook. Here, hold on a second. Let's see if I can find it really quick. It's a really cool guitar, actually. And it sounds... I was really surprised because I never really assembled a guitar together, before. So I wasn't sure if it would come out... I wasn't sure how well it would sound. I can kind of do setups on guitars, but I'm certainly no expert at it. Let's see. I'm looking. How you liking the rain, Arizona? Here we go. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. This is a I'm trying to remember the name of the company that I bought this from. Hold on a second. I can't even remember. This is like a company that makes guitars and they try to focus on making guitars that don't exist anymore. Let me hold on a second. It's Eastwood. So this is an Eastwood guitar. The cool thing about this guitar is it's kind of like mimicking Andy Summers' guitar, where Andy Summers had different like kind of bridges in his Telecaster. This one's got active electronics. It's got a switch here that turns on like an additional like boost amp inside the guitar. And this one switches different kinds of clean and dirty channels with a boosted amp. So you can like get all kinds, and there's like a different volume overdrive. So you've got like tone control, volume control. Then when you turn on the amp, you've got like a volume control. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So this is a really cool guitar, right? I think I paid $1,500 for this guitar, and I don't play it a lot because it needs a little bit of work. But it's really dead though. Like unplugged, It doesn't have a lot of volume. It's heavy too. I bet you this thing's at 9.5 pounds. It's a very heavy guitar. But it is really beautiful. It looks really cool, and it sounds good. Once you plug it in and play it, it sounds good, but it doesn't have that natural, like, beautiful resonance unplugged that you would typically like to see. Now, this is the guitar that I this is the one that the parts guitar. Here, let me get to a safe spot. I'm gonna get myself killed showing you guys guitar stuff. This is the one this is that guitar I just showed you, but you can see this is the one with the replaced neck. I replaced the neck. I replaced the cigar tray. I replaced the saddles. I replaced this whole control plate. I replaced the knobs. Actually, these are the knobs I think that came with the guitar. But I went for this like post-apocalyptic kind of just really beat up, worn guitar. You know, you can see it's actually a Fender neck. So I found a Fender neck that actually fit the body really well. And there you can see my Fender Frontman 25R speaker that I use all the time. You can see it's a Mexican Fender neck. I replaced the tuners with kind of like worn, like acid worn tuners that are all like beat up to make it look like they've been aged. And I replaced the neck plate with a really beat up old Fender neck plate that looks like it's been like aged. And you can see the tuners, how they're all aged. You can see even this piece here it's hard to tell, but it was an aged piece. And you can see the screws too. All the screws in the guitar are replaced with like worn, you know, acid etched screws. The only thing that looks really new, unfortunately, is the neck. The neck doesn't have like a really worn look to it, but I think it came out really good. And the surprising thing is it sounds good. This guitar actually sounds really good and it plays really well. And so that was pretty cool, actually. You always want to learn. Well, I played trumpet when I was really young. I played trumpet, and then I started to play guitar. I didn't start playing guitar till I was pretty old. You know, like I think I was, you know, like 21 or something when I started playing guitar, 22. But I just stuck with it, and I've been playing ever since. Love it. Love it. Yeah, it was a fun project. I was worried that because I had to take the neck off and I had to put a completely different neck on it, and I had to take the whole like I had to take the pickups out, and I had to take the bridge, you know, the I had to take the switch electronics out and everything, and I was worried that I wouldn't get the intonation right because I'd never really intonated a guitar with a new neck before. But I got it. But I actually nailed it. It came out really good. I was really surprised. I thought it was going to sound like shit. I was like, this is going to sound like shit. It didn't. It came out great. I was probably just lucky. All right, my pet's getting close. We're getting close. Pet's getting close to 45, which will put him 3 levels behind me still. Look at that, 320 crit. I love it when the Raptor and Mongoose crit at the same time. It's awesome. Awesome. All right, all our buffs drop. Let's go ahead and get somewhat of a buff here. My pet's hungry too. The leggings of Arcane Wrath. Ooh, we got 38 necklaces. 2 more and we reached my goal of 40. I hate when I drop my trap early. habit. Just walk into the trap. Boom! It's like, walk into the trap. I can't believe we haven't seen any chests. It must not be spawning in this location today or something. Normally you'll see chests spawn like right here. So I don't know, maybe on the different layer. Let's try something a little different here. Alright, I'll see you, Fireman. Have a good one, dude. Have a good day. Have a good Saturday. There it is! Pet level 45. Still 3 levels behind me, but man, he was 41 when I picked him up. So it's taken quite a bit of effort to get him from 41 to 45. He was doing 33.6% of the group damage. Let's reset the damage meter. And let's take a look and see how much damage he's going to do now. We have reached our goal of 40 necklaces. Oh, look, he's doing 43% of the damage. Damn. He's starting to do some damage. Look at that. He's up to 41%, over 40% of the group damage. Shit. Once we get a trap down. I think it's because I didn't get a trap down. Let's see how he does once we start getting some more traps down. And you can see pet crit, pet crit. Okay, he's still doing 38%. I can live with that. I'm surprised we didn't get any recipe for Wildvine.
Kiss your ass goodbye.
For Wildvine Potion. Let's go ahead and turn in our stuff. I also need to repair my gear, maybe sell a bunch of shit. See how much money we made here. Should get the turn-in should get us. I'm hoping it'll get us into that final bar, but I don't really know if it will. Probably not. Where are we at? Oh no, it's not. It's not. We're still like, oh my god, we're still like 23,000 experience away. Yikes. That's quite a bit. don't know if we have a repair guy here.
What can I get for you today?
Okay, that was 1.21 gold. But this is 1.5 gold. And what else can we sell? We don't need this. Don't need that. Mistress Pain. Got a lot of cloth, which is good. We can use that. We probably don't need Flask of Mojo. We do want to keep the Wild Vine, though. We don't need these healing potions. Alright, we're back up. We're up to 94 gold.
What's on your mind? Be good.
Ooh, 390 experience. Actually more than I thought.
How are you? Off with you. Watch your back. Here there. Off with you.
So 390, so 400 times 4 is 1600 minus 40. So it's 1560, double that, 3120 total experience we get from the 40, I think.
Watch your back. Talk to me. Be good. Off with you. You got my attention. Be good.
So that's how much extra experience we got from the necklaces.
Watch your back. Talk to me. Off with you.
So it helps.
Watch your back.
The vendor's interface in full.
Here there.
I'm not sure. It's probably just Guild Wars 2 UI, because my Guild Wars 2 UI skins are missing.
What's on your mind?
I'm not sure what you mean. The vendor's interface in full.
I've the finest wares in the land.
This is just the standard WoW interface as far as I know. Or does it not normally show it all the way, like that big a window is what you're saying? I don't know what add-on that would be. Here, hold on a second. Let's find out.
Be good.
I mean, it wouldn't be Guild Wars 2 because we're not skinning it. My guess is it's probably either Leatrix. Let me turn off Guild Wars 2. I don't think it's that one.
Here there.
Well, it is. It's the Guild Wars 2 UI. It's weird that it increased the size because it didn't do the skin. So yeah, it's Guild Wars 2 UI. It's interesting that it increased the size because we weren't skinning the vendor, I don't think. So if we go back in, I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, no problem. Like if I go back in, I could show you. So like normally in Guild Wars 2, you can customize which interface elements that are being skinned by the Guild Wars 2 UI. And I don't think that's not one of them, right? Like I'll show you what it looks like if we do. That's the, let's see, if we go into Guild Wars 2 UI and we go to here and we go to skins and we look at the, let's see, the merchant. See, we have to click this. We didn't have it skinned. It's going to want to reload the UI, right? Now if we go to the merchant, it should look like Guild Wars 2. See, now it's the Guild Wars 2 UI, which is nice, right? I don't usually use, like, if it looks very similar to the WoW one, I'm just like, it's fine. But because Guild Wars 2 resizes it, it keeps the resize. It just doesn't use the actual skinned texture elements, but it keeps the resize of it, which is interesting. It doesn't normally do that on some of the other things, so it's kind of like an added, maybe they thought it was an added benefit. They said, hey, this is useful for people, even if they're not using the skin. So pretty interesting. I actually didn't even notice it, so used to it being like that, I didn't even realize it was doing it. It's just like, all right. Alright, so my pet's now level 45. He's still 3 levels beneath me. I need to repair my gear. I think there might be a repair person in this building here. I think there is. I could be wrong. But I could be right. Which will it be? I think it's wrong. Yes. Wait. Yes. Okay, where's the repair person here? Alright, well. Let's go to... I think we probably have... We should have... this flight path set up, I believe. Oh yeah, that's Opie. The radial menu is by far one of my favorite add-ons. Right? Like if I want to like change my tracking, if I want to change my aspect, if I want to change markers, if I want to change professions, it's all part of Opie, man. Cargos, dude, what's up, dude? I'm doing well, man. Good to see you, Cargos. Haven't seen you in a while. We're doing a crazy challenge here. You know me, I like to do stupid shit. We're doing the melee only hunter who can only equip gear that she crafts herself. She can only use weapons that she finds in either fishing crates or loot boxes like treasure chests. So I've literally only looted about 8 weapons the entire time on this character. And every gear I'm wearing is stuff that I've crafted myself. And we went for the dragon scale leatherworking for the sheer lols. We can only use jewelry that comes from chests as well. So we don't even have a ring. But it's been good time, man. Yeah, but it's been a good stuff, man. We're on what? We're gonna hit 50 today, so
You got my attention.
we will hit 50 today. Yeah, those are old school. You know what? Those old prop pally streams, Cargos. I actually am a lot better at the prop paladin now than I was then. I really need to go back and do another stream for protection paladin from 1 to 60 because I'm actually better at the class now than I was then. I actually know the class better as well too. So sometimes I feel bad that people watch those and say, "Oh, those are great," and I'm like, "Oh," I kind of wince because there was a few things in there that I said that really wasn't correct. And I was like, "Oh," it's like, "Nope." But you're always learning. That's the good thing about World of Warcraft, man. You're always learning. You're always getting better, even if you don't realize it. Sometimes you don't even realize you're getting better, and you are. But yeah, once I get to 60, we'll drop all the restrictions, and then I'll go with my hybrid melee hunter where I use, I can use Serpent Sting, Viper Sting, and Scorpion Sting, and then the rest will be melee. And then we're just going to like be focused on getting crit gear and dodge gear and doing some fun, face tanking and trying to take out 3 elite mobs by ourselves in group play, which is always fun. Yeah.
What can I help you?
Yes, repair my gear. Thank you. Someone just pointed out that my merchant window was bigger, was full, was like a full window. And I didn't realize that because I use the Guild Wars 2 UI, which makes my game look like Guild Wars 2, which I love the UI because it has so much functionality. Like, you can go into your bag, you've got, separate bags. If I want to separate the bags, I can separate them. Show item levels, show upgrade items, show junk icons, all kinds of stuff. You can, sort if you want. It also shows you gold across your entire account here. If I see this, I can see every character having the server and all the gold they have. What else can you do? I mean, there's just so much you can do, right? The Guild Wars 2 UI is the bomb, right? You can go to Guild Wars 2 UI here. You can go to your unit frames, right? Where is it? Group frames, unit frames, party. That's not what I'm thinking of. Unit frames, action bar. Sorry, you can go to your action bars here, and you can say always show the action bar, only show the action bar in combat, only show the action bar when you're mousing over, right? Of course, you can go into here. You can move the HUD. You can resize pretty much everything. Move shit around, do whatever you want, right? So you'll see that for me, I like my UI to be really clean, so I don't even show. Here's action bar, 2 or action bar 2 and 3. Over here, you got action bar 4 or 5. They don't even show unless you mouse over them. Some people are like, "Oh man, this guy doesn't have any skills. He's not keybinding anything." And I'm like, "No, it's all there. You just can't see it." Trust me, it's there. All right, I got to figure out what I want to do now, though. We were still trying to level my pet up. We picked up a new pet because I was using wolf up until 47, and the kitties now are starting to outpace the wolf because of now that we're far enough down into BM and we've got ferocity. The cat's starting to get to the point where he's out DPSing the wolf, so we switched pets. Unfortunately, the highest level pet we could get was 41, so we've been working on leveling him up. He's only 44 right now, so he's 45 actually, so he's 3 levels beneath me, but I'm just trying to determine what do I want to do now. Oh, we didn't do the Skull Rock cleanup. Level 48. I kind of want to go do Searing Gorge. We're a little bit low for Searing Gorge. And my pet being 45 will hurt us, so that's not a good idea. Think. What's a good area to farm mobs, maybe? Just to get my pet to 48, and then we can do Searing Gorge. I don't know. 40, 40, 40. Kind of where we were was good, honestly.
Go with honor, friend.
I mean, the Airy Peak was actually pretty decent.
Pleased to meet you.
They do actually. Your pet actually gets a little bit bigger every level. Like as your pet levels up, he actually gets bigger in size. So,
Hey,
bup, 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 bup. Do I want to? Oh my God, what do I want to do? We know we're going to do Searing Gorge at 50. We got to start thinking about Ungor Crater, but I don't usually do Ungor Crater until 53. We've got, oh, we can actually, Daenerys. We have some quests in Terrace. I think we were struggling doing the quest in Terrace because my pet was only 42. And we were killing mobs that were 46, 47, so my pet was just missing too much. But now that my pet's 45, I think we can start doing the Daenerys quest. And Daenerys quests are going to lead us into, hopefully, into Searing Gorge. And then from Searing Gorge, we'll go into Ungoro Crater, and then we should be good. Somewhere during that path, we'll probably have to grind some mobs, but you guys know me. I love to grind mobs, so that's not a problem. It's not a problem. Little bit more Mexican Coca-Cola is on the plate. And I'm getting hungry. Cargo, so good to see you, buddy. I haven't really come to your streams too much lately. I did come... I saw the stream, Cargos, if you're still there. I saw the stream where you were talking about self-found and why self-found makes WoW so good. And I've talked about it so many times before. Like, if you look at World of Warcraft, everybody knows that... Well, not everybody, but the biggest problems with WoW servers, classic servers, is, you know, RMT, gold buying, gold selling, boosting, all that nonsense and bullshit, which ruins the economy. And when you take hardcore self-found and put that together, you instantly eliminate all those issues. And I really wish that, I hope that Blizzard, if they do a Classic Plus, that they release some Classic Plus hardcore self-found servers. And other thing I would love to see them do is to unlock 3 main professions for people so that they can actually do hardcore self-found and not be locked out of doing something like enchanting. Because if you want to do hardcore self-found and you can do it, and you want to be an enchanter, you can't even do it because you can't get the rods. You can't get like the Eternium rod or the True Silver rod because you can't get the rods that are required by blacksmithing. But if you just if you just open up 3 main professions, then that goes away. You could even, if you really wanted to be nice, you could do 3 main professions and 2 gathering professions. Which I think would probably be good. So I would love to see that on Classic Plus. See them kind of open that up and say, hey, you can have 3 main professions. Maybe you don't have to necessarily do that on the non-hardcore servers, but on the hardcore servers, I think that would be a nice change. It maybe even just say you can only do it if you're self-found. That way you don't limit people. Excuse me. This is such a beautiful flight. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm burping. This is such a beautiful flight from the area we were in towards Menethil Harbor. Let's see. Yeah, those old Paladin streams. I still get comments on those Paladin streams I did from way back in the day. Dude, way back in the day. It's funny because I first was known as a Protection Paladin player. Like, people would see me like on, oh man, back on Elysium. People would see my character Q Faith. Like, are you the Q Faith who had all those Paladin streams? Like, yeah, that's me. But I did so much Paladin for so many years, I kind of got burned out. But I do love Protection Paladin. And man, if Classic Plus can give Paladin a taunt, which obviously they should, right? One of the things in Classic Plus they should do is fix some of the things that the TBC expansion, fixed. Obviously like, Paladin, taunting, maybe some of the debuffs, and there's different things, but the Paladin taunt's an easy win. And that's the thing with Classic Plus. There's so many easy wins Blizzard can do, but is Blizzard smart enough to do that? Who knows, man? Who knows, man? I really wanted to go to BlizzCon this year, but I just don't think I don't even know if I can get tickets, man. I want to go to BlizzCon at least once before I hit the grave, man. I'm not getting any younger, guys. I'm not getting any younger. I don't think my wife would like me going, though, without her. And I don't think she would want to go. She didn't, but I don't know. She'd probably let me go if I really wanted to, though. But first I got to get a freaking ticket, and apparently they're all sold out. But I'm sure if I do some research, I can find some places to get them. But I think that would be awesome. Talk to some of the streamers we've been kind of playing with. I mean, I've played with quite a few of the streamers that in the classic community, so it'd be cool to meet them in person. Will I cosplay a cool character? You know, I should. I would. I would like to. Who would I cosplay though? You know? If I was a demon hunter or a rogue, that would be cool. You know what? I would like to dress up as a paladin. That would be cool. Have like a shield and like a mace or something. But yeah, rogue would be pretty sick. Yeah, a night elf rogue with the like the tattoos and everything. That'd be super cool. Get myself like the blue hair. Yeah, that would be awesome. I remember in college one time. In college one time for Halloween, I dressed up as an undead, and I took white paint and I painted my entire face and like my chest and my arms and everything like white. And then I did all these like kind of black veins, you know, and like blood, like cuts and blood. And I wore a black T-shirt and I tore big holes in the T-shirt, and of course it was showing the white skin underneath. Of course, this was back in college when I was, sexy as hell, and I was getting hit on by so many girls. The funny part was at this party in college, I was getting hit on by so many girls. But the funny part was, you didn't really know what I looked like. I had so much makeup on. Like you kind of had an idea of what I looked like, but I actually had one girl come to me and say, after talking to me for a couple hours or something, she's like, and it was when the night was kind of wearing out, and it was a party at my house. And me and my buddies had a house. We used to have parties all the time. And so she's sitting at our house. The party, it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm getting ready to take a shower, and she goes, I just want to stick around because I want to see what you look like without all that makeup on. And I was like, well, I hope I don't disappoint, right? Because I'm gonna look so different. So I took a shower and I came back and she goes, no, you still look pretty good. And I go, just not as good as the undead. She's like, nah, you were pretty sexy as that undead. Shit, college was good times, man. Grow a big ass beard. Oh, who is this? Thank you. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, it's like a 0.01 drop rate. I mean, the percent drop rate on the dark whelp is very very low. You got the kitty. I could definitely grow a beard, but I don't think my wife would appreciate that. We got some Black Desert Online music going on here.
What can I do for you? Keep your feet.
Oh, I wish I was level 50. So get to level 50, Searing Gorge. Hopefully we're high enough level to do maybe some Ungoro Crater. We got to figure out like doing some. We got to start doing some fishing though, because we're gonna have to start fishing for some. Oh, okay. We can do a Shara though. I forgot. We can do our Shara too. Yeah. If Shara is 47, so let's do some stuff here, and then we'll do a Shara. Then we'll do Searing Gorge. And Shara's got some really good fishing, so we might want to spend some time trying to fish just to get some upgraded gear. You know, get it maybe an upgrade. It'd be really cool if we could get like a two-hand weapon, so we could, you know, pop some big Raptor Strike crits. I think I picked up most of the quests here. Actually, it looks like we didn't. Let's see. Oh, we still haven't done Khalif. We still haven't done Khalif. Troll Temper. We'll grab those. We're not. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Let's just grab this one here. Accept. We can grab these later, the ones for Ungoro. I've got a... Here. I have a, right here, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 Super. I actually have a GeForce RTX 4080 Super. I can actually tell you the exact one I got, too. It's a really nice one. I've got the GeForce Tough Gaming RTX 4080 Super. And it sells currently for a smooth $1,179. Actually, they lowered the price. Yeah, this is the card I have right here. Actually, they lowered the price. Hey, hey, you can get a bargain for $1,179. A bargain. Actually, let me go back in. I need to hit the bank real quick. Epic music, epic! It's a good card, yeah. It's a good card. I really like it. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the card. I think it's been really good for me. It's been really good. It's run really well. So I've been very happy with it. Let's see.
Do I have a deal for you?
What kind of food are we rocking? Let's go ahead and grab some of this just in case. In case you run out of the other food. Star Wars. Yeah, I used to stream with lots of like other music, but the problem is it all would demonetize my stream, which I didn't really care so much about, because sometimes like I just want to listen to music I want to listen to, which obviously is always copyrighted. which is another conversation that I don't even want to get into. But what YouTube has started to do now is they've started to copyright strike you. So they didn't used to do that. I could like have a stream and it would be it's copyrighted. They might like temporarily take the stream down or something, but they would never actually warn me about a copyright strike or about a strike against my actual channel. But then they did that against me one time, about 6 months ago or 8 months ago. Once they did that, I just, now I don't really put up music that's really copyrighted much anymore, just because I don't want to strike against my channel. Okay, let's get the tapped. We should try killing one of these elites over here just to see. Well, my pet's pretty weak though. All right, let's find out. This is a litmus test. This is where we just check to see how strong I am, or how weak I am. Of course, it sucks that he did not come to my trap. Let's see if we can get him to walk over. There we go. Okay, yeah, this thing. Look, he is just absolutely annihilating me. Look at my health.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Look at the damage he's doing. Oh my god, so we can't kill elites. At least not with me tanking him. Not with me tanking him. I always like to do a little test just to see like how weak or how strong I am. Little checkpoints. In New World, I used to call it the turkey test, because in New World, what I would do is I would hit one of the turkeys in the world and see how much damage I did, and we always called it the turkey test. Like, how much damage do I do to a turkey? Anyways, but yeah, that elite would have absolutely annihilated me. That's not a good sign, to be honest. That means if I was in Zul'Farrak and I got a couple elites on me, I wouldn't do so well, so not a good sign. Yeah, you're just trying to see. We're just trying to see, like, where do I fit into the power struggle? Can I handle these mobs at this level? Can I not? How weak am I? It's just good to know. You don't want to go into a dungeon and thinking, oh, I'm good. I'm killing all these mobs easily in the world. And you go into a dungeon and you saw that one elite hitting me a few times. My health was dropping very quickly, so definitely was not good. That lets you know that we need to be careful around 44 elites. And they're only 44. I'm 4 levels above him, and he still was absolutely just destroying me. So, shows you how weak this character is currently. So, spirit. Do we have a lower level spirit here? Intellect, spirit 3. I guess we can do the spirit 2. Protection. Oh, I'm casting all this on my pet. Okay. I guess my pet needed spirit and intellect, right? Whoops, that's fine. It's spirit and the other stuff he can use. Alright. We're going to just probably reset these mobs. It's better to just reset these and not fight him, because when he dies, he spawns a bunch of little guys. So he's kind of a pain in the ass. You don't really want to fight him. The desert. The desert is vast. I expect the number of Fremen is vast. I expect they exist in caches. How did he say it? I can't remember. Duncan. I think a great secret has been kept on Arrakis. I expect the Fremen exist in vast numbers. Vast. Let's go turn this quest in just because I want to get close as I can to 49. The sooner we get to 49, the easier some of these mobs are going to be, actually. I hate running all the way back to turn it in, but plus we'll see what the next piece is. That's probably going to be to kill the mobs over here. It should be the next piece is over here to kill these swamp beasts, for lack of a better word. The thistle shrubs. Yes, Siege is under attack by the Harkonnens. That was a good book. Doom was a good book, though. I'm getting hungry. All I've eaten today is half of a patty melt that I had from Beef O'Brady's last night. It was like leftovers, like brought home from Beef O'Brady's and stuck in the fridge, and I ate it this morning. Elf Core. 50 Night Elf Druid. Let me guess. Thistle Shrubs. Oh, it's the scent of our... Oh, God. Yeah, we'll accept this quest, but we ain't doing that one anytime soon. Nothing like getting your ass kicked by a bunch of centipedes or whatever they are. What do we call those? What do we call those? The Noxious Lair and get some... Oh, okay, it's just over here. It's doable, but they are pretty dangerous. Definitely doable, though. Yeah. Well, the original Blade Runner movie was my favorite movie until the Lord of the Rings films came out. If you asked me what my favorite movie of all time was, I would tell you it was Blade Runner. You know, the one with Harrison Ford. That was always my favorite movie. But after Lord of the Rings came out, I don't know if any movie's going to top Lord of the Rings in my lifetime. The Lord of the Rings were just too good. I mean, I love the Lord of the Rings books and I love fantasy, so yeah, Shia. It's just they were just so damn good. And to this day, they are considered the best trilogy of all time, and I think a lot of people will say they're not sure anybody... It's not going to be anytime soon where anybody tops it. Combat begins with what? It says combat begins. I'm like, with what? Apparently something's attacking me, but I don't know what that something is. Combat has ended. Okay. Alright, these guys are a pain in the ass, so you got to be careful here. Luckily, we've got a pet who's got dash, so he can zip on over there and then zip on back. We'll just wing clip this guy. Let my pet beat on him a little bit. All that effort just to kill one mob. It's not even really worth it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm feeling really weak. The thing is with a melee hunter, when you gimp yourself, like I've gimped this character because the way I'm doing weapons, she has very shitty weapons. And she has pretty shitty gear because, we can only use gear that we craft. So the way I've gimped this character, like when you're fighting mobs that are your level, you feel really weak. But when you're fighting mobs that are maybe like 3 levels beneath you, you feel pretty good. You're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty strong. But as soon as you start fighting mobs at your level or one level above you, you feel very weak. Project Hail Mary. I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to check it out. I like the name. Project Hail Mary. Yes. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom, though, guys. Once I get over to here, we're going to take a quick AFK. Oh, I'm so hungry. I accidentally, when I ordered groceries today, I was going to buy this 18-pack of eggs, because I eat eggs quite a bit. And I guess I put them in my cart, and then I saw another brand of eggs that I really liked that was on a huge sale, like 30% off. And so I bought those eggs, but I guess I didn't take the 18 out. So I ended up getting 30 eggs. So I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to eat a lot of eggs over the next couple weeks. Anyways, I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, eggs. I mean, there was all those studies that said if you eat too many eggs, it's a bad thing. But Dr. Eric Berg kind of was my favorite, one of my favorite YouTube guys. He basically said, and that's not really true. You can pretty much eat like three eggs every day, and it's not really going to hurt you. It's actually probably good for you. I don't really eat pizza much anymore. I mean, I love pizza, but I do eat pizza. I'd say about once every 2 weeks. But I ate this Greek pizza up in Tarpon Springs, and it's like a really low-fat pizza. It's really good, actually. I've got some bagels though. I was thinking about making an eggle. Is that a thing? An egg and a bagel? An eggle? I don't know. Maybe. What do you call an egg on top of a bagel? I just decided to call it an eggle. I don't know. All I've had today is no, I did eat a banana. I found out that I'm really low on potassium, so I try to eat at least 1 to 2 bananas a day, and I also try to eat at least 1 baked potato, like, every couple days too. And then I try to get in some guacamole. Trying to find ways to get more potassium in me. Come on, pet, what are you doing? Did you not hit him? He's like, he whiffed. My pet ran up there and he just whiffed. Whiff. So before we were trying to kill this guy and it wasn't going so well. My pet was getting destroyed, but now you can see my pet's doing more damage, and my pet's not taking as much damage either, so this quest is much easier now than it was when my pet was 2 levels lower. The only difference between now and before when I tried to do this is my pet's level 45 now, before he was level 43 or 42. So it's made a huge difference, actually. Whereas this was 48, so my pet's going to have a lot of misses. See glancing and misses, and so that's kind of sucks. One thing you can do though, if you want to minimize your damage, just wing clip and run away. When this guy's, as he's walking away, my pet's just going to beat on him. My pet's just going to be beating on him the whole time. Yeah, this guy's doing some damage. I need some different music. This music just ain't, it's not doing it for me. It ain't cutting it. Let's just go Skyrim. I'm just kiting him a little bit, let my pet do the work. That way my health doesn't get too low and I don't have to stop to eat. Well, there were a couple of warning signs. My digestive system wasn't processing food quickly enough. I was feeling a little constipated. A little bit low on energy. That was just like warning signs, and then I went to the doctor and I had blood work done to double check. So I was thinking that I was low, but I wasn't sure. So I went to the doctor and they verified that, yeah, my potassium's really low. So what weapons? I'm currently just using some crappy weapons. I mean, I've got this level 35 main hand. The only reason I'm using it is two reasons. One, it's really slow, 2.8, so the Raptor Strikes are going to crit for a decent amount, but it also has the enchantment Fiery Blaze, which does a little bit extra damage. But unfortunately, I've got like this weapon here that I got recently. It's a level 45 dagger from a fishing box, but it's only 1.6 attacks because it's fast. So even though it does more damage, 29.7 damage per second, I find that the 22.1 damage per second weapon still ends up doing more in my main hand because of the crits. So it's a little bit sad, and I really need an upgrade, like badly. So, yeah, bananas are very sugary. Yeah. Baked potato, you can eat like a baked potato, and it has about the same amount of potassium as a banana. So, and then of course, avocado, it's got potassium. I think spinach and kale, I think probably have potassium. I haven't really found a really good source of potassium, like something that I could eat like a lot of. I need to research that actually. I just haven't done it yet. But I can tell you one thing, once I started eating the bananas and the baked potatoes, my issues I was having with my digestive system seeming to be really slow, they completely went away. Like completely went away. Like that feeling of being constipated just disappeared. Like I'd wake up in the morning, eat a banana, drink some coffee, and I had no problem going to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. Whereas before, when I didn't have the banana, I just felt like I wasn't. The body wasn't evacuating the waste. Let's just put it that way. So I think part of that is sitting on my ass all the time. I'm a computer programmer, so I'm sitting in a chair like all day long, and it's not good for your digestive system. One of the things that helps your digestive system the most is the action. It's kind of like the movie Dune, like we were talking before. Remember the suits they wore, the Fremen suits? They said your natural body walking pumps the water through the suit. It's the same thing with your intestines. Like walking really helps your body to kind of pump and like push stuff through your stomach, digestive. It really helps. It's also really good for your lungs. Like breathing, walking forces you to breathe a little bit more, because you're expending a little bit of energy. Forces your lungs to work a little bit harder, which is really good for your lungs. So I've got a treadmill in the front office now. My wife set it up in there, so I'm gonna try to start maybe, getting on the treadmill, two times a day maybe, just walking for like half an hour or something, and that should also help, But I'm getting old, I'm no spring chicken anymore, man. I don't put sugar in my coffee, but I do put honey in my coffee. And people will say, well, honey's sugar, but I'm not going to not put my... I mean, I use, like...
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I use a special kind of honey, right? Like, here. I use... What are the benefits of... Is it Paul... What kind of honey is it? Palm honey. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Palmetto. What are the benefits of palmetto honey? I put palmetto honey, like a tablespoon of palmetto honey in my coffee. Oh, you never put honey in your coffee? Oh my god. Okay, here's the benefits of palmetto honey, which is, I'm telling you right now, my favorite honey. And if you've never tried palmetto, Florida palmetto honey, it's amazing, right? So the benefits of, potential benefits, right? Darker honeys often contain more antioxidant compounds than lighter honeys. These antioxidants may help reduce oxidant stress in the body. It can soothe sore throats and coughs, natural energy. Since it contains natural sugars like fructose and glucose, it can provide quick energy. May support digestion. Some people find that raw honey is easier on the stomach and mildly soothing for digestion. Contains trace nutrients. Palmetto honey may contain small amounts of minerals and plant compounds from the palmetto blossoms. Some people believe local raw honey helps with seasonal allergies. And there's a few other things. Important notes. Raw and minimally filtered palmetto honey generally retains more enzymes and pollen than heavily super processed. So the honey that I eat is made here in Florida, and it is right here. Old Florida Bee Company. This right here. This honey is amazing. And I buy it in the very, very large containers. I buy it in the 3-pound container. Actually, not 3-pound container. I buy the bigger container. This one here. I buy the 1-gallon one. See this guy here? Actually, this one. The 1-gallon Florida cracker. Actually, which one? I think it's this one. No, it's this one. No, not the orange blossom. That's not the one I get. I get the palmetto. Where is it? Here it is. This is it right here, the palmetto. This is the one I get. And it is $70, but this is, this is a gallon. And the only thing I use it for is my honey. I just put a tablespoon in my honey. Or a tablespoon in my coffee. And it's fantastic. So that's all I put in my coffee is a tablespoon of the palmetto honey. But yeah, eat a banana, drink some coffee, and yeah, your digestive system is in overdrive. All right, I'm going to do it. We're going to demonetize this stream. Sometimes I just can't listen to the same damn music I've listened to 10,000 times. We are going to demonetize this stream, unfortunately, because I want to play some music that I actually want to hear. So let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. I wonder if we should do. I think we should do after we finish this quest. If we can get to level 49 here, I think we should go ahead and do Ashara next, because I think the mobs are going to be lower level than the next quest we have in this zone. So. We got another weapon, one-hand weapon. One hand, even cleaver. Epic music, epic! Hey, Grumpy, what's up, man? How you doing? How you liking the desert, man? Yeah, we should do that as the theme song when we hit 60. Here, we're gonna play it again. Is this gonna be the theme song when we hit 60, guys? I think it should be. We'll try to time it so that right when the climax of the song is the exact time we hit level 60. Right? How you liking the rain, Bella? Hey, Kapupa, what's up, man? Good to see you. I'm gonna remove the restrictions. I mean, I'll still be self-found. So we're either gonna level up a warrior, but I really want to do dungeons on the level 60 and get gear. Get some good gear. So I'm hoping that we can get a kind of a faithful group of people that are level 60 that wanna do the dungeons. Do like BRD, UBRS, LBRS, those types of dungeons. I mean, I have such bad gear, so we might focus on getting the Devilsaur Eye trinket first from Sunken Temple, because that's such a really good trinket, especially for someone like me who doesn't even have any trinkets. You know what I mean? So that might be the first thing I do, is try to get Devilsaur Eye, because it gives me the 2% hit, which is just huge for melee hunter. Like when we're doing like the hybrid melee, that 2% hit that's big time. You know what I mean? That's really big. So that might be the first thing I do. You know? You know? Cool. We got a chest here. Maybe we get an upgrade. Come on, blue item. Blue two-hand weapon. Okay, maybe not. You guys suck. Ooh, level 49. How you liking the rain? Come on, Gormarok the Ravager. Let's see how tough this guy is. Oh, he's not tough. You ain't nothing. Yeah, but we can't do the Black Dragon scale set because remember the items you need to craft it come from Molten Core. So it's like, when am I ever going to get that? And keep in mind when you're self-found, you can't trade with other players. So all of the items to craft would have to come from me looting them, which means I would have to be doing Molten Core. You know what I mean? Which is just ridiculous because I'm not geared and we're not even, their guild's not even doing Molten Core yet, and they're not going to be doing Molten Core, anytime soon that I could see. So yeah, so I don't think that's really an option. I think the best option is just to, because I mean honestly, I'll probably drop Dragon Scale. I'll probably drop Leatherworking and pick up Alchemy, because as a melee hunter, I feel like Alchemy is by far your best profession. With Mongoose pots, with some of the other pots you can use, and then also with putting Frost Oil. If I'm dual wielding, putting Frost Oil on both weapons gives me a little bit extra damage. Yeah, the dual wield Dow runs would be fan. I've never had that on a melee hunter, and they would be absolutely titanic. The one thing I found out is I dual wield flurry axes on melee hunter at 60, and I did pretty good damage. But what I found out is just putting in the what is that sword called? There's a different sword in my main hand, the annealed, but not the annealed blade. Shit, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's another sword that's like a level 57 blue, I think. But it's the one that procs like one that increases like your stats or something, or I can't remember. What is it called? Damn, I cannot. Anyways, that sword in my main hand with the assassination blade in my offhand easily out DPS'd double flurries. Even though the flurries both had Crusader on them. Not the Thrash Blade. Not the Thrash Blade. But that sword with the Assassination Blade easily did more damage than Flurry Axes, which is interesting because Flurry Axes, even with the extra swings and Crusader enchant being on both, thinking you could keep Crusader up more often, it just didn't work out. That Sword of Zeal, that's it. Thank you, Kapupa. That is it, the Sword of Zeal. So I was using the Sword of Zeal and Assassination Blade, and that actually was doing more damage. And it was like a pretty significant amount. Because remember, the top end damage of the Sword of Zeal is a lot more. Really, the thing for the melee hunter is you really want to crit a lot. You want to have a very high crit rate, and your damage, a lot of it, most of it, is coming from two sources: your traps and your Raptor Strike. So you want your Raptor Strike crits to be big, and you want your crits to come often. So get as high crit rate as you can. Get a really good main hand weapon that has a high end top DPS, high end damage on the top number, right? So basically a slow main hand weapon. I prefer two hand because, I mean, obviously if you are in a server where you can get enchantments, you would put Crusader on both hands, both weapons, because you can actually double proc Crusader. So you could actually be sitting with 200 strength, right, when you're swinging. So 200 strength is like 200 more attack power on your Raptor Strike. So it's pretty big. But that's why I prefer two one hand. But since this is self-found, we're not going to have that option. We won't have the option of doing that. So what quest did I just do? It's over. Oh, it's up back here. It is back here.
Hi, how are you? Goodbye for now.
Okay, we are getting close to level 49. Let's see what we can sell.
What's up?
We got this axe, can't use, and we don't need this. Don't really need this. Oh,
Keep it real.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the buffs. I'm thinking about wearing the tabard again. Let's put the tabard on. Let's represent.
Time is money, friend.
I'm feeling a little bit naked without my tabard. So let's grab that. Let's grab that. Is there anything else here we need? Let's put that in the bank. Yeah. We got some Rumsey Rum Black Label. How are we doing on? Do we have any more Dragon Breath chili? No, I need to craft more Dragon Breath chili. That's something we need to look into. No, I'm not looking to raid. I don't think I have any realistic chance of getting into raid Kapupa. The way I play, I don't really like raiding anyway. The end game for me is not to raid. The end game for me is to do all the 5-man done, you know, like the UBRS, the LBRS, all those things, and just to get as good a gear as we can out of that, just to show people that the melee hunter is actually viable, at least in that content. As far as raiding, yeah, I mean, once you get into the raids here, because of the way the boss fights work, it's very difficult to. It's just very difficult to do damage because your pet, your pets can get killed. You can't really get your traps off as much. It's more challenging to do damage in that type of situation in a raid. So plus you don't really want to be pulling threat with your traps, and it's just And I haven't done a lot of raiding on a melee hunter. I did ZG, and that was okay. The traps worked out pretty well there. But like Molten Core, for example, especially because Molten Core, they have, I believe, fire resistance, right? I mean, think about it. Like 35% of my damage, if you look at my damage, look at this, 38% of my damage currently is coming from my Immolation Trap. I don't think Immolation Trap would do any damage to mobs in Molten Core. So there goes all my damage. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, if you did have Nightfall, what's the Armor Shred one-hand axe? What's the Armor Shred one-hand axe? Oh, is that the only ones? Oh, okay, that's good to know, Kapupa. See, I didn't know. I don't do a lot of raiding, so when it comes to raids, I'm a noob. Like I raided those raids back in original vanilla, back in like 2005. Last time I raided Molten Core, like no joke. I mean, as like within the level range, within the classic, on a classic server, 1 to 60 server. The last time I raided Molten Core was in 2005 or 2006 probably. So yeah, I don't even remember. I honestly don't even hardly remember the raids anymore. I gotta find this Caliph Scarped Sting. He likes to walk over here a lot. Play Fire Mage. What does it do? It shreds armor? Armor shred one hand. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. There's Caliph. Coming right my way. Come on, Caliph. So we're gonna have to kill what? Like, it kind of sucks that my pet's kind of weak. This actually might be kind of difficult for me to do. I'm not sure. See, he's got 3 mobs. Yeah. I don't know. What kind of are they rogues? Oh, they're gonna kill my pet with backstabs. I know he's fast enough to get out. Oh, my pet's hungry. Really? My pet's not at full like damage because he's a hungry. He's a hungry hippo. All right. What you got? You ain't got nothing on me, bro. All right. You can't link stuff in the YouTube stream chat, dude. Kabupa, you can't do links in YouTube stream chat. You have to like link it in Discord or something. All right, so what do we want to do now? What is this? Oh yeah, we haven't killed, what's his name, Andre Firebeard. I don't really want to run all the way over there and kill him. It's 145. Let's just kill a few of these guys real quick, so we can get closer to our level. Okay, let me take a look. Let me take a look. Let's see. I see it. The Annihilator, huh? Chance on hit reduces the enemy's armor by 200, stacks up to 3 times. Pretty decent damage, but it's bad for me because it's a main hand 1.7, which means my Raptor Strike crits would be shitty. I always hate it when Blizzard makes like main hand weapons like really fast. It's like I just don't like it, like, because it's really bad in most scenarios. Like, you don't want a main hand weapon to be like a really fast weapon. In most scenarios, you want it to be a slower weapon. I can't really think where you'd ever want it to be fast unless you just weapon swap to it to get the debuff. Like, so for that particular weapon, Kabupa, you could weapon swap to it, maybe just to get the stacks, and then weapon swap to a better weapon after you got the stacks up. You know what I mean? No, you're never going to be invited as a yeah. Yeah, you're never going to be invited as a melee hunter's not going to. They don't really want a melee hunter. Like, if I did raids on this character, I would, because we do have dual spec on this server. What I would do is I would just create a marksman spec, and we just switch the marksman spec for raids and switch to the melee hunter spec, for everything else. So that's probably what I would do. Yeah, fast man hand's good for warrior because of the threat. Yeah, it is. That's why that damn epic dagger is like, at least it used to be best in slot for tanks. I don't know if it still is. Nah, I should have stayed to kill just to get 2 more water pouches. Oh well. Ah well. We're just trying to get to level 49 here.
What's up?
What up?
Good. Have a good one.
I don't think this is going to get me to level 49.
Keep it real.
Or maybe it is. I did not think that was going to be... But it gave me 5,050 experience points. Wow. That's a lot. I did not think that was going to ding me 49, but it did. Woohoo! Woohoo! Alright, that's cool. Level 49 it is. Alright, so... Ooh. We've got intimidation. Man, we have some good options here. We got intimidation. We also have bestial discipline. I mean, bestial discipline is going to increase my damage. Any of these two are going to increase my damage. Another point of monkey is going to be nice too, because I'm basically face tanking a lot of muscle. But that's only because my pet's low level. Once my pet's higher, he's gonna do more threats. I probably should just, honestly, for damage, straight up damage, I probably should go Unleash Fury. Push out my pet damage a little bit. Thank you, Kapoopa. Just for pure like leveling speed, I think probably Unleash Fury is going to be the best choice here. I mean, the stun's kind of nice, but it's not necessary. The bestial discipline's nice, but I think the flat pet damage is probably best. I kind of would like to go into monkey though, increase my dodge another 1% because it is pretty big, man. You know, 1% is always nice, but yeah. But let's do it. Screw it. Well, let's see what we got. 20. We still have to put 5 more points in here before we could even get to frenzy. So we're gonna go 1 here, 3 here. That's 4, and then 1 here. So that's 5. And then frenzy. So actually, you know what? Intimidation is really good for getting threat. Let's grab intimidation. The nice thing about intimidation is when I'm face tanking or when I don't really want to fight a mob, if I want my pet to get threat, intimidation is a great way because intimidation causes a high degree of threat for your pet. So let's grab it. Plus, it's just a nice ability to have. So let's go ahead and grab that. Let's grab intimidation. We should have a macro for that, hopefully. No, we'll create one here, intimidation. And that's going to go, I believe, here. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Sorry, wrong spot. We just procced our 1 hour cooldown. We just procced our 1 hour cooldown. I now have a magic absorption field that absorbs 600 magical damage for the next 2 minutes. See that? Oops. Whoops, we just blew our 1 hour cooldown. It's cool to see that my weak aura is working correctly. Look at that nice weak aura. 600 magical damage protection. Whoopsie, whoopsie. Which one is... Okay, so that's that one. Okay, I'm confused. No, I did have it in the right keybind. I just fat-fingered it. I actually fat-fingered it. You know what? I just fat-fingered it. I've gone away from using the shift. I've gone away from using my mouse button 4 key so much that my hands kind of positioned further forward on the mouse. So now when I want to use mouse button 4, I accidentally hit mouse button 5. So what I need is a mouse where mouse button 4 and 5 are further forward on the mouse. Or I just need to get used to using it again. And I will, now that we have intimidation. That's so funny that I procced my 1 hour cooldown. That kind of sucks, to be honest, but oh well.
Welcome.
All right.
Your feet on the ground.
Level 49. At level 50, what do we get at 50? So at 50 we get... Now at 50 all we get is we unlock Track Dragonkin. So not a whole lot going on at 50. That's kind of surprising. I really want to hit 50 today, but I need to step away from the computer for a minute. I want to do some laundry. I don't want my wife to come home and think that I didn't get anything done today. So let me start some laundry. I'll be right back. land yet? Not yet. Oh, we're getting there. Alright. Still flying. Now you can take over and talk about cookies? What? Man, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I mean, it's already 4. What sucks is it's already 4 o'clock. I didn't get the stream going as early as I wanted because I had to deal with furniture people. So I don't know when my wife's going to be home. She could be home at 6. She could be home at 7. She could be home at 8. It just depends. I'm hoping she comes home late and that she doesn't want to go shopping. Because if she comes home at like 6, she'll be like, let's go shopping. Because we just bought like some stuff that... there's some stuff she wants to get, so... Spiritual unrest. So we got a couple quests here we can do, but that's about it. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna repair my gear. I'm hoping these quests aren't too difficult. Ashara is such a cool looking zone. You just have to be careful of the giants. There's some elite giant guys that walk around here. Yeah, we had some furniture people. These guys live 46 and I'm 49, so this will be good. We're going to continue trying to get my pet leveled up because he's still, you know, obviously not high enough yet. Okay. Soden has reached level 60. Congrats, Soden. It was cool to see Cargo stop by the stream today. I haven't seen Cargos in a while. I hope that boy's doing alright, man. I don't know if he's going through a divorce or what, but I thought he was going through some troubles with the wife of Tori. I don't really know. Don't really know. Been there, though. I've been through a divorce once. So that's no fun. Let me check out my pet. How's he doing? Yeah, he's not full happiness yet. 35. 35. 24. Now he's full. Now he is full. What are these, undead? Undead. Let us track the undead. There's actually chests up here too, I believe. I think there's some treasure chests around here. So this might be a good spot maybe to farm maybe for an upgrade. If we can get some chesticles to drop. I don't think this is a super popular leveling area, certainly not for Alliance because there's only a couple. And look, lo and behold, a solid chest. Do I know this game or what? Tracking on humanoid. Okay, let's see if we can loot this chest. Maybe we'll get like an epic item. Come on, epic. That would be so awesome if we did. Nope. All we got was the overlinked chain armor, which would be an amazing item for my Grey Gear Warrior. But I'm not playing my Grey Gear Warrior. I wonder if we can LOS on this wall. Yes, we can. Ooh, Fear Bomb. Fear Bomb! Looks like my pet's actually leveling faster now at 45 than he was at 44, because his bar moved quite a bit when we killed that mob. I wonder if there is an accelerated catch-up mechanic that the closer he gets to your level, the faster he levels, which would be kind of an odd catch-up mechanic. You'd almost think it'd be the other way around. Like, the further away he was, the faster he leveled. But if you watch the pet bar down here, when I kill this mob, that bar is going to move quite a bit. That yellow bar at the bottom. We could also explore the coast, although it might be dangerous. I'm not sure how high the high level the mobs are, but on the coast. The highborn lichling. It's not a lich king, it's not a lich, it's a lichling. We really do need an upgraded weapon, though. Okay, sometimes I think there's treasure chests through this section right here that I'm in. I think he's going to cast at me, isn't he? Yeah. See if we can get him to run over here. Look at that, my chest. Oh, my chest is on a 45-minute cooldown. We need let's see if there's any chests around here that we might have missed. We needed apparitions though. It's all these lichlings, but what we need is the other ones. But I'm just going to kill them anyway, because this feels like fishing knows that when I kill these lichlings, it's going to spawn one of two mobs, so... The lichlings are the one that we need to kill. There's the one we need to kill right there. The apparitions. What a spirit of the damned. You see that? Oh, that's like a rare. Ooh. Okay. It's like a rare mob that we could spawn in this area. Let's see if this guy will come to me. Yeah, he does. Good. And there's a rare mob, the Evalchar, a level 48 rare wyvern thingy. What do you say we kill this guy? Or at least give it a go. Ooh, he's got some sort of fire damage attack. Okay, no, he's got a lot of damage. Let's see if we can pull him back. He does a ton of damage to my pet. Why is he attacking me, is what I want to know. Like, why are you attacking me? He went down. Actually, we're already done with this quest. Now we gotta do the next quest. And then we should have... I guess, no, we don't have the 100 quest yet, I guess. Maybe it's the... Maybe it's level required? I don't know. Why don't I see the... I don't see the hunter quest. Interesting.
Everything you never do, and all you never say, never make it easier to numb out all the pain. Not like anything was wrong. It never made it right. You're the one to come on strong, so why am I all alone? Here we go again, the same old
From people being loud? Really? Right over by where you live? Yeah.
What's it gonna take before I break? Man, some days I hate this town. You never fail to let me down. Better stay away before I break now. There's nothing more to say. I'm only days away from a meltdown.
Nah, it wasn't sketch. It was well orchestrated. Did you see how expertly I handled the situation, straight? I was like, no worries. Hmm. A lot of people hitting 60 today. I'm too used to Warlock and Rogue. What does that mean, though? Does that mean that it's hard to man on a Rogue? It would be hard to manage that, or I mean, a Warlock you wouldn't have any issues, right? All right, we're looking for more chests. No chests? No chesticles? Hmm. I'm bummed there's no chests over here. Yeah. Yeah, Warlock is easy, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a break here, guys, get something to eat. I am getting hungry. Apparently, I'm gonna have to eat some eggs since I ordered so many damned eggs. Yeah, I'll be making some scrambled eggs and maybe in a bagel. Make a bagel and some eggs. Why is there no chests? Come on, we need some loot. We need some chests, man. We need some upgraded weapons. It would be so awesome to get a nice weapon. Imagine actually having a decent weapon. I don't even know what that's like. An omelet on a bed of fries. You're really going with the egg motif. The Egorama. I don't really want eggs. I actually had eggs this morning. Like, not a lot. I had like a couple bites of eggs. I made my wife some eggs and toast this morning for breakfast. But I have like 30 eggs in the fridge, so I better use them. It's funny, we did 2 quests and all it did was get us like 1 bar done. Are you kidding? So that means we gotta do 20 quests probably to get to level 50. 20 quests. And we're trying to finish up 2. We still need a satyr. This guy. And this guy. Oh, my pet leveled though, didn't he? No, he's still level 45. Oh, he's down here though. He's getting there though. He's getting close. He's getting closer to 46. So every level he gets, that helps. I mean, he can't hold threat worth a damn. Let's try our stun. There it is. Look at that stun. Instant. Boo! The nice thing with intimidation is, like I said, is it pulls massive threat. So, it's only a minute cooldown, so I actually might want to create a weak aura for that. Let's do weak aura. Which weak auras are we tracking currently? I would think we don't have just like a cooldown tracker. Oh, Bestial Wrath will work. Duplicate. Intimidation. $19,577. Oh. Very similar. 577. That's ready. Hmm. Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of big, but whatever. Intimidation! Did it miss? It missed. It missed! Let's see. Intimidation. And this one. Let's put it above this guy. Intimidation. Intimidation! How much mana does it cost? It was quite a bit of mana, actually. It is a nice ability to really get a good amount of threat for your pet. Alright, well, so much for this zone. It's funny because you come in here and you do like 2 quests and you're done. It's like this massive zone, and all we can find is literally 2 quests, pretty much. Other than, like, you know, this, meeting the master, and this one, which I don't really know what this is. Not something I probably want to do. So now what do we do? What do we do now? Level 49.
What brings you here? Where the stars guide you.
Yeah, we're over 100 gold.
Greetings, traveler. Walk with the earth, mother. We shall meet.
No follow-up quest. Like, no follow-up quests either. The Shard is just like this zone that never was really completed to any degree, right? It's like not a whole lot going on, man. Oh, man. You gonna head to bed? Nearly midnight? Alright, man. See you, Strafe. Have a good one, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break because I gotta eat something and I gotta do some stuff around the house so that my wife doesn't kill me when she comes home and says, all you do is play games all day, which is all I wanted to do. But I did a lot of shit yesterday, but tomorrow I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. We got lots of scrolls. We got lots of scrolls. I like scrolls. Those little mini buffs help out quite a bit, actually. Especially when you're as weak as this character is. This tabard really doesn't look that good on, unfortunately. I'm not a fan of this tabard. I just wish they would have went with a green tabard. Like, I mean, I know that I mean, isn't Sylvanas the one who's got the purple tabard? Doesn't she have, like, the purple and white? I don't remember. What's the Darnassus tabard look like? Like the normal Darnassus. Let's see. Darnassus tabard. Okay, so they went with something that looked like that Darnassus. So it's a tree with purple. Okay, so that's kind of why they did that. To kind of make it look like the colors. And they even went with this. So they went with the same colors. The white, yellow, and purple. Just not really a big fan of the Darnassus tabard either. Not a fan. We have so much crap in this in my bank.
Safe travels.
All right, I think that's a good time to stop. I'm going to stop streaming here for now. Get something to eat. Get a few things done around the house. And then we'll see if I come back. I mean, I'll play again tonight, but it might not be till later, till like 11 or 12 p.m., like midnight or something. After my wife goes to sleep. I don't know if we're going to church tomorrow. Depends on how she feels. I have no idea what the plan is for tomorrow. Like, probably running around doing shopping. My wife seems to love to shop. But ever since we bought this new house, we're still trying to get it all decorated. So there's always something to do, like, need a new lamp, need new this, need new that. And it's just like, oh my God. But a happy wife is a happy life. But anyways, yeah, the pet is now level 45 and actually pretty close to 46. And the pet's doing 31% of my damage, which is, not like great, but it's not bad. What's my pet's health? 2,400. So let's see. Yeah, we still have ranks of stamina and armor that the pet does not know, which we need to look at doing. I don't know. At some point in time, we're gonna have to figure out how to get better weapons. We're level 49. I mean, I would love to do the Seven Kings room at like level 53 or 54 because, there's a chest in there that I could loot, and there's actually stuff in there we could use. Let's see, classic, WoW, Black Rock Depths, boss loot. Let's see if we can find the loot table. It's called Chest of the Seven. Can we filter? Yeah, here. So these are the items that drop in the chest. There's this dagger, which obviously would be an upgrade, but it's it's magical spells and effects, so probably not something I'd get it to roll on. There's this, which is mail, which we could definitely use, which would be awesome. Death Eater's breastplate would be great for a melee hunter, so this is fantastic. There's this, which would be an upgrade. 19 agility, 12 strength would be fantastic for a melee hunter. There's this, which would not be good. This we can't use. This we can't use. This we can't use. And then there's this. So really the items that I would want the most would be the chest piece or this axe. This axe is nice. It's got the life seal on it. It's not the best. It's only 2.2. It still would be a decent main hand. It would be a big upgrade over my current axe. But honestly, out of all these items, this is what I would want the most. I mean, oh my God, to get a 2% crit strike increase on my character would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty cool.
Greetings.
But anyways, I'll chase you guys there. Everybody's having a good Saturday. I'll catch you in the next stream, probably tonight or tomorrow. And catch you guys later, man. Peace out.